Hello and welcome to today's stream. We're going to be playing some Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. I actually said that correctly first try. That's probably the first time I've done that. Unless I did it last stream when I was talking about it, and then we're going to ignore that. But every time I've said it not live then, I fucked it up. And so, we'll hopefully be seeing new things. We should be. And all of that. I did click already played this game before. I have played this before. You guys don't need to go watch it. It's way too old. It's probably something. With that, I think we're just gonna hop right on in. It's all there. The sound looks like it's fine. I actually haven't messed with a lot of the sound settings because it seemed fine off the gate. Like any new game, if it's too loud or too quiet, let me know. See, my cursor is not captured. Okay. Begin the game. As it takes a while to load. Oh no. The one thing I remember from the last time I played.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
We'll listen to this first.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Maybe he was made exactly for
And
that
then
job.
one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Now we have control. I should mention that I may whip around a little bit. I do apologize. It is how I play games. Though, my sensitivity, I think, is a little fast for this game. What if I turn it down some? Is my sensitivity thing working? Wait, if I go like this? There you go. So that is working. A little better? I think so. Okay. Now we're out. I was saying something before the cutscene started. I don't know what I was saying, though. No, I should have just, like, finished my sentence, but I really didn't. And so...
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Now that
Stanley
we're out of this
decided
little
to go to the
cutscene,
meeting room. Perhaps
I
he
will
had
probably
simply
talk
missed a
through
memo.
some of their
No matter how hard Stanley
stuff.
looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers. Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office.
Are there the
but
same,
it didn't
like,
make
little
a single
things from
difference,
the other one? I
nor
assume so.
did it advance the story in any way.
Yes, but who cares about story when you can just go around clicking all the computers? Am I doing the same things I probably did last time? Yes, I did. Oh, look, there's another thing. Turning... Just when everyone comes back, I'm making it really inconvenient for them by making sure they have to turn everything back on. The game is a bit loud. Let's see, that is a little loud. Okay, let's go begin from the game from the beginning. Let's go settings. It's the effects that are loud. Sound effects? Yeah, we'll start at 75. Wait. That seems okay enough. I'm fine with the voice being a little loud, the narrator. If I could stand still, music's not too loud. I guess I should actually see what the other sound settings are. It was main volume, narrator, music thing. Yeah, the narrator I think can be a little something. Let's see if I go like...
This is the story. This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Yeah, I'll probably actually turn that down just a little bit.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
We're like that.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Let's go 85.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Okay. I still want to be able to talk above his voice, but I don't want it to be, like, drowned out by other noises.
When Stanley
here.
came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered
You
the
locked the door
door
on
on
me.
his left.
I didn't have to take 2 seconds to realize what the left door was.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
See,
Perhaps he
it's been a
wanted to
while
stop
since
by
I've
the
interacted
employee
with anything
lounge
of this game. I
first,
don't
just
actually
to admire it.
remember where the new stuff will end up being. I think it's down this way. As we go and touch every door.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully
anything
constructed
there.
room. But eager to get back to business,
now we're back
Stanley
to...
took the first open door on his left.
Oh, look, we're instantly there. See, I think there's stuff that way, too. Will this close on me when I come in
And
here?
so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
This is the opposite door. This is the opposite door. See, I think we went down a way like this beforehand.
Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go...
I really don't remember what areas we went to before.
From here, it's,
I
left.
do remember this, actually. This is probably not.
Oh, no. No, it's to the right. My mistake. No,
there's no sprinting in this. Okay.
Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What
Maybe because you said it to the left earlier, and
it's
so...
clearly... Oh, dear. Would you hold on for a minute?
It's one of these doors. This one. This one.
Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay.
Some sort of code he's saying.
I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
This one. Hello. Okay. Yeah, I know where this is. Yeah.
No.
I instantly went here.
At all. You're not supposed to be here.
I should have continued going straight. I think that's the direction I need to go to.
Close your eyes. Okay.
Yeah, my eyes are totally closed.
Back to, who am I
Totally
kidding?
closed.
It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning.
Yeah, let's do that, because I wanted to do something else.
Don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
There we go. Well, I have to go through and click computers again.
What did it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed
go.
a memo.
Computers. I won't hit all the doors, but I will hit all the computers still. Okay. Computer. And then we just keep on walking.
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, no, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted.
We're still in this
the game
ending.
over, completely fresh. Everything should be...
We're still in this ending.
Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or...
No, I want to do a different one than this one.
Why am I asking you?
I've already experienced this one.
It was right here just a minute
Okay,
ago.
we'll experience this ending.
I'm sure that it's here somewhere.
You just have to get a refresh on what
then.
the game does.
It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Yes, a story. Let's find. Go through. Oh, let's go into a door, not through it. I did it again. Okay. Then we're different. Now we're back to here. I can't go that way. There's chairs. Oh wait. I'm back into this room.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we just
think you have to restart from the beginning to get a new ending?
Again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by
I
starting
will,
over and over again. But it's got to be better
than this. It should take me back to the beginning after I finish this ending. If I finish this ending, it should take me back to the beginning. A feeling...
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley
Was
decided to
here?
go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Was there a computer there? I don't know. Is this the same ending or is this a new ending? It's the same computer layouts as the first time I was here. Hopefully. We're not gonna...
Okay,
yeah, it's not.
It's worse. I might be remembering this wrong.
It's
possible
not.
the story is
never the
back
end.
where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
I may, just because I'm pretty sure I've already experienced this ending, because this ending doesn't feel new.
Aha! I knew we missed something. The story.
This should just be This is just going in a circle, yeah, because this will then give us, I think,
never mind.
a line
Not the story.
to follow.
Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
I think eventually gives us...
Now this, well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct?
Let's see.
Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what?
I
Since
can't
I've
skip the
completely
narrator.
forgotten what we were supposed to be doing,
Shit.
how about this? You win! Congratulations!
I activated sticky keys by mistake.
I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off. So, good job.
I was pressing, what was I? I was probably shift then. I was just pressing a
I
button.
don't feel right about this at all.
Let's see. I don't feel like that's a long ending. We're starting from the beginning.
All of his co-workers were gone.
But there
What
is
could it
not a
mean?
computer there.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed
so-
a memo.
Go this way now. And there should be a computer on there. Computer. Oh. Input received. There we go. Then we just
When
don't
Stanley
go that
came
way.
to a set of 2 open doors. This was not the correct
It's like we
way
just don't
to the
even listen to
meeting
him. We're
room,
just
and
like
Stanley
going.
knew it perfectly well.
Yes.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by
You
the
may not know
employee
this, but I
lounge first,
have heard
just
this
to
already,
admire it.
narrator.
Wow.
You know, we're just
Yes,
quickly going through.
This
This
But
room.
Eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Yep, totally. First open door on my left. See, it's on my left.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Let's see.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the
I wonder
wrong
if I
foot
fall-
here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm
Or
not.
do I go up there?
I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact
See,
is that the
did
story
you get the
has been
ending with
about
all the computers
nothing but
before?
you
I have not.
all this time. There's someone you've
Do I-
been
do
neglecting,
I-
Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please,
I-
stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, but in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story
Just-
and no one gets to
just
tell him what
walks
to do,
off.
Stanley
what are we doing
left from
today?
the
We're doing
platform
Stanley
and plunged to
Parable.
his death.
And
Good job,
hopefully
Stanley.
getting to new
Everyone
things.
thinks you are very powerful.
See, this should take us back to a new beginning. Because that was that one, yeah.
All of his
'Cause
co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Hopefully we'll get new things because
Stanley
we've
decided to
experienced
go
an
to the
ending
meeting
already.
room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Maybe. Let's see. Computer. Oh. Input received. Turn you off. There we go. We're gonna keep going this
When
way.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors. This
Didn't
was
even
not
let him
the correct
finish.
way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps
we'll
he
do
wanted
an-
to stop by the
maybe we'll do
employee
an
lounge
actual-
first, just to admire it.
Let's
The lounge was sublime, a work of art.
an actual
but
ending and not
eager
just,
to
like,
get
walking
back to
off?
business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
see. No, nothing new looks like it's going on there.
Stanley
are
was so
here.
bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years
Here.
ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps
think
we've
we'll
gotten
head
off
all
on
the way over
wrong
there and
foot
just see.
here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
Maybe over there,
I
maybe
realize
not.
that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the
Looking.
story has been about nothing but you
Just-
all this time.
Just looking
There's
there.
someone you've been neglecting, Stanley.
Someone who's
Someone
totally
you've forgotten
real.
about.
You know?
Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for
See?
me. I'm asking for... This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself.
Redeem
to put
myself.
your work aside. To let
Redeem myself
her
with
back into
something
your life.
that's
She's
so
been
incredibly real.
waiting.
Now we're here.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do
Do I-
this. To reach out to her. If you
Do
can
I-
truly place your faith in another, then pick up the... Oh, no, you can't...
Do
Did
I?
you just
Yeah,
unplug
I
the
do.
phone? Now, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me
Oh,
double check.
you'll find out a lot of things are possible when
No, it's
when I'm
definitely
playing.
here, clear as day. Stanley
Oh yeah,
picks up
I've done the
phone.
unplugged
He's taken to
phone
his apartment
ending in
where
the
he
last
finds his
one.
wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music
Yeah.
comes in, fade to white, roll credits.
Yeah, that's
Not
totally how
picking up
that
the
ending
phone
goes when you
is
pick up the
actually
phone.
somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions
'Cause
were
I can do
supposed
the
to mean
impossible.
anything. I don't
Being a
understand.
player.
How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't
What's
believe
not possible?
How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person.
What gave you the hint that I'm not Stanley? Maybe it's the
I was so
side to side I'm going.
This is why you've been able to make
a way
correct and
a
incorrect
person
choices.
doesn't walk.
And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored
Wrong
even the most
choices. I can
basic
make
safety
more?
protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp?
Is there any more
the
I can click on this
severity of
room?
the
I don't think there
situation?
is.
Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Okay, we all have to sit in silence and watch this instructional video.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Rupert has a choice. He could invent a machine that eliminates food shortages across the world to make life better for all people. Or he could spend years of hard work forgetting how to read. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
Practice. No.
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process.
That looks fun,
Most
doesn't
medical
it?
professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making,
isn't it amazing?
We're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Oh, it's making me go back here. Oh.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
I wanna jump off. Okay. Let's see. We're back here. Just going backwards. I would never say backsack and crack for even for any reason. Yeah, I don't know if I would say that. That is such a saying that out loud was too much.
The story will have resolution once again.
Just reading that to say out loud.
In the real world.
Yeah, no. No, it is funny. Okay.
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would.
Yes,
that means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first.
Exactly like Stanley would.
I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
So this door is on my left.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Okay. Back here, and then left. Oh, it's gonna make me go right. Or actually left. Okay.
Oh, it's ruined. I can't believe after everything we talked about that my story. You've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now.
He's a little
And
hangry.
what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that?
Can I get up somewhere?
I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever.
You know,
Reliving
I'm
its
so listening to you,
impossibility
narrator.
forever. I couldn't live that way.
Yeah,
Is it
yeah,
better to
yeah.
shut
I'm
the
totally
game down
listening. Oh,
entirely?
there's no way to get up.
willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I...
Oh?
No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
Damn, I can only get on a box. Oh. I got an achievement. You can't jump. Seriously, I disabled it. And the first achievement. Look at that.
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here.
Yes.
Here in this pile of rubbish. With you.
Yes.
You. Who thought you were so clever.
You're
Now
a
look
little
where we
upset,
are.
narrator.
My entire
Little
game
upset.
is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine.
Oh, did I get up on something? I got up on something.
What? Did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't
Yeah,
I impress
little
upon you
bit.
how important it was to be like Stanley? He
But-
actually knows
but
how
this
to
is
do
more
what I
fun.
tell him
Oh, wait,
to.
can I get on
He
here?
understands that if I say
Got on
to
another
do
thing.
something, there's a damn good reason for it. That
Uh-huh,
thought
yeah, that's why I'm
hadn't even
listening to
occurred
you.
you, had it? That there's a world outside of you. You're a child.
What am I stuck on? There we go.
My story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I
Can I go?
worked so hard on it.
can't go through that way.
I tried so hard to make
We stopped again.
behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right.
If I remember correctly, he doesn't let me
When
do anything
Stanley
else.
came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Left.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back.
This game, not
Behave
gonna lie,
exactly
creeps
as
me out
Stanley
sometimes.
would. That means
little bit
choosing
sometimes.
responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh, technically that door was now on his left. Because he got opened by the door. Oh, I got no more.
No!
Narration noise.
Why did you do
Oh.
that? Quickly, hurry back.
It let me get all the way almost to the back,
Exactly as
like back to
Stanley
the main
would. That
room.
means choosing responsibly
Fine,
and
I'll go
always
this way.
putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Do we go this way? See, here we are. Fantastic.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to
We'll go.
his boss's office, hoping he might
Now
find
we'll
an answer
go
there.
this way.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked
Just up,
upstairs to his
up the
boss's
stairs.
office.
No. See, can I? No. There's nothing else to click here. Computer? Oh, I can't turn you on or off. No. Oh, that's probably where we're going into. I wanna. Can I not go this way? Can't go that way. How's that? Okay. Not even he's here.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was
Then-
once again
then
stunned to
we-
discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley
And
wondered
I
in
can't turn this one
disbelief
on and
who
off?
orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind
Oh,
this door lay
I can,
all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Nightshark 115. Was
That's a
this the
password, all
code
right.
to
And
open
I don't
the
know how you
door?
just see that and know
Would
what
it
it's
still
for.
work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been
We're
trained
just gonna
never
break
to
the
speak
narrator
up,
just a little
but
bit more.
now he would draw from within
See,
himself
This
the
is
courage to face the
even
unknown.
him at his most broken. The ending
He drew a
where you can
sharp
skip
breath
his dialogue is
and
hands
then
down.
spoke the code.
Narrator at its most broken. It is. That one is really funny. It'd be nice to get to it.
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right
doing
there
really well.
on the wall.
You know, see? It's code. I'm saying it in clicks.
I'm sorry, is there a
Saying
problem?
it in clicks.
You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the
I would
receiver.
have to have been listening to
Otherwise
you
we
in the
can't
first
get on
place
with
to
the
mishear
story.
you.
This is a
That was really
crucial
rude.
step.
But that's kind of what's happening.
Okay,
Was that funny? It was kind of
fine.
sad.
You're not gonna
The
do it,
ending
but
itself
you know what?
at points was
It's pretty
funny.
humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to
The
do.
ending at some point, that ending at some points was funny.
Single thing for your
I guess it does get sad
the
at
kind of
certain
respect
points.
Stanley shows for his
But
choices. He knows what it
my favorite
means
thing
to
is when
take
he
a
tells you to
story
skip and you just let
seriously.
it keep playing.
If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there.
I
Why
did and you
come
didn't
this
let
way?
me.
Speak.
I did
Say
and you
something to
didn't.
me. Explain yourself.
You didn't
coward.
let me.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Hello.
Stanley? Hello? Are you?
I'm
is
here.
everything okay? Stanley,
Can I
I need you to make a
walk
choice.
out of
I
any
need you to walk through the door.
way
Are you listening to me? Can you
like
hear
this?
me? Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important.
Just gonna
The
go
story
like this.
needs you. It needs you to make a decision.
Got some nice credit
It cannot
roll
exist
here.
Without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine.
See?
They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please.
Now this one,
Choose.
he sounds so desperate.
Do something.
Now you wish I was in that seat now, even though I was breaking your
More
game.
important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there?
Kinda sad.
Are you listening to this?
Can you open the door? I wonder if I could have opened the door.
Okay.
I don't know if we'll actually go back for it. But
You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice
just
is
listen to this
correct. That
whole
is the best
thing
choice.
as these credits go. This should be the
That's
end.
all right. I'll
Hopefully.
wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do.
Stop just like that. You don't want to scroll all the way
Take as
up?
much time as you need.
Like that. Ooh.
All of his
Back to
co-workers
this.
were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yeah, meeting room. Oh, is there not an input computer one?
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Oh, I don't see one to input directions. Okay. Hello, we are going this way
When
once
Stanley
again.
came to a set of 2 open doors. This was not the correct way
just
to the
gonna-
meeting room, and
gonna
Stanley
go
knew it perfectly well. Perhaps
this
he wanted to
way,
stop by
just
the
a little
employee lounge
bit.
first, just to admire it.
Wow.
Standing now in this
Can
incredible
I already
room,
was over here, but
Stanley
can I
for the
not actually
first
interact with
time
this in any way?
understood true happiness. Then the
Nope,
feeling
still can't
went over,
interact with that.
eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Now here? I want to get to the new stuff.
Stanley was so bad
How do I
at
get to the
following
new stuff?
directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off
Okay,
on the
Chet, how
wrong
do I get to
foot
the new
here.
stuff?
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
I don't feel like replaying the
realize
same
that
endings
investing
over and
your
over
trust
again.
in someone else can
Especially
be
since we've
difficult,
done most
but
of them, I
the fact
think.
is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone
Yeah, we're
you've
gonna go down this
forgotten
way.
about. What?
See,
Really?
the input computer
I
can
was
also
in the
be the
middle of
computer,
something. Do you have
for
zero
the secretary, you can also
consideration for
be
others?
your computer.
Are you that
Oh,
convinced
okay.
that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't
Okay,
know how to
interesting.
convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me
See?
prove it. Let me
Now we're
prove
down here?
that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
you gonna tell me to go through this door? Now let's see. You know, you'd think this time right here would be correct, but it's not, because it makes you input your time in the beginning of it. It's like, what is your real in-game time? Or like, your real-life time. That's not it.
Now listen carefully, this is important.
Okay.
Stanley walked through the red door.
We'll listen to you this time.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me.
Every
You
once
see
in a
that
while.
I really have wanted you to be happy all this time. The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here.
You're making me go in
Running
circles. I
and
shouldn't have
running
listened
and
to you.
running, just the way you're doing
I shouldn't have
right
listened
now.
to you.
Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley?
These circles
I wanted
are.
to stop.
These circles are. You're making me go in circles.
We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think...
But I'm not going
I have
to.
a solution. Here, let me show you.
That freaked me out some. Okay.
What do we want? What are we looking for?
Let's go. Go this way.
Here. Yeah.
Oh, this one.
It's beautiful, isn't it? If
Do
we
know this
just
one.
stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy.
You can feel happy, and I'm going to.
No, wait.
I'm going to
Where are you
leave.
going?
Oh, there's. It's all like this now.
Oh no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
These stairs? You want me to stay away from these stairs?
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me. Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing.
Oh.
No! Oh,
I lived.
thank God. You lived. You had me worried there. No. No, what are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't
Did I
go
worry
back to
you?
what I
Is that
was
why
before.
me walking upstairs
if you
is
die,
going-
we'll both go
doing this to
back.
you?
Why are you doing this?
Just one more time.
Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me?
Will you say something different if I say that? I'm walking like really slow.
Yes.
I'm not walking on.
Perhaps you can. Perhaps you finally see what I'm talking about.
Perhaps. You say something new when I get back here?
I know you'll see that we can't be happy if we leave this place. You can see that, can't you?
Yeah, I see that. We're just gonna slowly make our way back real quick.
No, perhaps not.
See ya. I feel like we've gotten slower, and so I think maybe one more go at it.
My God, is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You are literally
But I'm
willing
having
to
the
kill
time of my
yourself
life,
to keep
narrator.
me from being
This is
happy.
so fun. What are you
Am I
talking
reading
about?
the situation correctly?
Absolutely not. I'm having so much fun. Whee!
Or
Again.
maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along.
I love going
But I guess
upstairs.
that was too much to ask.
Over and over again.
Looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one
just
is
like-
yours.
Just... God, he sounds so sad. Sounds so sad. Okay.
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
Sideways. Okay. Can't do anything here.
All of his co-workers were gone.
See, so we have...
What could it mean?
Oh, the end is never the end.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how
look
hard
at that.
Stanley looked,
The end is never
he
the
couldn't
end.
find a trace of his co-workers.
For the computer ending, you just need to go through the story as the narrator says until you find the computer, which the input, with the input and hit restart from the beginning, rinse and repeat until the end. Oh, okay. Maybe we'll go through and try to do that at some point, but like, the end is never the end. The end is never the end. New content! New content!
Oh, new content? What does that mean? New
This is what I want! New content! We're going for a ride!
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful.
Wow!
I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Me too, let's go.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
Mm-hmm, I bet it is too.
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we
just sit and wait?
Should we be moving somewhere or oh, there we go. All right,
we
finally,
move.
At long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
Content. Brick walls.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
Yes, content. We are content fiends.
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
We can jump. We can jump. Just amazing content. Just so much amazing content. Is there anything? It's not even a full square.
Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
Maybe. Maybe there is. Maybe there isn't. Peak content. This is peak. Yes, it is. Just... Now, what if I left it like this? If I left it just at one jump left. Just continue to make our way. A nice table. A nice large room. A very large room. Can I get over here? Is this all barricaded off? It is. Let me through. Let me through. Let me through. One jump remaining. Another elevator. We leave our final jump.
Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just
I think this game just keeps going up.
Jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours
Aren't you jumping for joy with this new content, though?
I could counter 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. There's more.
There is more.
Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
A lovely catwalk thing in the middle of an office. Thank you for enjoying the new content.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar.
Can I click on anything?
Don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What
but I think that's
quality assurance
amazing.
department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to phone these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable.
No, don't be one of those people.
It's my fault, Stanley.
Don't be one of those people,
narrator.
narrator.
I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations.
Did you build up
if you're still with me,
build up the new content?
We just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
Let's do it. New content. Look at this. Ooh.
Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
Understood. I can crouch. I love that this game is basically a commentary on the game industry and continues to do that throughout. Yes. Ooh, fell through the vent. We're venting here. This feels like an extra long loading screen. Let's see how this is going to go.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be.
Yeah.
So I made something special.
Did you make more?
And tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
Ooh. Oh, this!
I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
2013.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013 when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back
First
then,
edition
it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Audience reward. Okay, it looks like it's staring at me based on the missing eye. Stanley Parable. So much of that. Original. Oh, a page on Firefox? Good times. These just different endings. Let's see. Trip down memory lane. Smile because it happened. Oh no, not that. Okay, let's see. Go outside, don't play for 5 years. Unachievable, this achievement. It is impossible to get this achievement. It's those there. See. Stanley just dead. Oh wow, look at that, that's pretty. Now we are in here.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism. 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was.
Yeah.
It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim. It was Persona 3. It was all of them. And now, it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore.
I wouldn't even say it was all those
games.
games,
But, husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
Yeah, I'm not Not reading that. See? We're out of, the shrine room? See, just... things. Person of the year. All of that. Then... oh, look, it's the doors. See, the greatest wealth is memory. You see some of that. Bunch of buttons. Things here. The end is never the end.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com.
Yeah, are you gonna read this one to me?
Is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games, and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley?
Down
the
here?
game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content.
Words getting that.
It just needed to be left alone. To spend the
so
rest
far,
of time
I've liked
collecting
the new
dust
content.
in the hallowed
jump,
hall of
jump,
beloved video
jump,
game memories.
Jump. It's my favorite part so far. Door? Door? Serious room. Oh, that's shut. The shrine room's shut.
These were simpler times, Stanley.
Oh.
What I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again.
Well, remember, what was the phrase? It was, the greatest wealth is memory. You have so much of it right now.
Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here?
Maybe because it's memories you don't want to think about.
Oh no. Oh God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's being collected.
So, narrator,
down
I probably
here.
shouldn't have told you that I
Surely
got
these
this
reviews
game
were glowing
from
as well,
Steam
weren't
then,
they?
right? Maybe would you not appreciate that I'm one of the Steam players of this game? Well, see, look, there's a positive review.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining.
You can actually find what he's reading.
Funny? I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work
I wasn't
of art.
expecting that to fall
I
on me.
suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound
I think you're funny, narrator. Don't care what they say. You're funny to me. You're funny to me. I can go down. Can I go up? No, I can go down, but I can't go up. Okay. Oh, this is where I'm supposed to go down, other than the way I did. Okay. It's got so many forklifts. No? And pallets and everything everywhere. Just make our way this way through, but it's still rainy. This is a positive one. This is also.
Okay, let's see what this one says.
Oh, I just now look at that.
Good.
It's a singular like negative one in front of so many positive ones.
Gets annoying fast. Preachy, Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh,
I don't think you're preachy.
This is actually quite shocking for me. I always
how one negative one
I had always thought of the
covers up all these good ones.
as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it. Well, I always thought it did, but maybe it wasn't.
It was, narrator.
Yeah.
It was.
What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks are my otherwise unimpeachable track record.
Okay,
I feel like a failure. Like
yeah, you're not a failure, but you have a little.
Perhaps the Stanley parable
you have a little
isn't
bit
quite
of
as sterling as I always remembered.
Overconfidence. You can't make everyone happy, and that's okay sometimes. Oh, here's another one.
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button.
I have no comment for this one. I have no comment for this one.
Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you.
I have no comment on that one, considering I just said I wish there was a skip button earlier.
Not if
that I
it
have had to stop to let him finish talking.
From the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
Skip button it is. It is this ending. I love this ending. Okay.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for.
Yep.
And I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No, 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 no. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people. And if the people want silence... Oh, you're back, you see.
Nice
you
humming.
were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it
were you
was
talking
plenty
for a
of time
few
for
minutes?
me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games.
Yep.
Of course. Well, there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you?
Just a little bit of rambling.
That's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of
Can
self-absorption,
I?
it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. Oh, I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will say about this, and whether they'll edit the rating of their Steam review, or at least
Can't do
change
stuff
some
to
of the
get
wording,
edited
perhaps.
reviews.
Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? It's not unendurable.
That's not too long, is it?
Well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate,
Quite shocking.
I do...
Suggest I stop pressing the button.
Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours.
35 minutes to 12 hours, you know?
Why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly
getting longer.
Stanley, you're back. You're back.
Oh
my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week.
A week?
Or 2
Oh
weeks.
wow, I lost all
I've been sitting here all that
frame
time.
of reference.
Just sitting here. Not a single
Lost
person
all frame
to
of
speak
reference
with.
when I turned around.
And you'd think that that's just how
Why is there
it's
light
always
here?
been, right?
That? I think
Me
it's that.
talking and you saying nothing. Would you think that it's exactly the same as always? Doesn't that feel like what we've
stuck.
already been
There we
doing?
go.
Me
There's
just
like no
talking?
lights.
Oh, hello.
Now there's really no
You.
lights.
You're here again. Welcome.
Oh.
I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time.
How much time?
I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin
Well, Stanley
with,
has done
there is
it.
only regret.
Just don't remember it. Narrator? He's left us. He has left us. Still nothing I can do here? No, there's not. Keep going. It's not as pitch black anymore. There we go. Oh, beeping. What is the beeping? What is the beeping? I'm not particularly fond of that noise. That's in the front. You can't see it here. Really, here as you go around. It's like directional. Is it this? Why would it be that? Who knows why it would be that? Oh, the leaves have finally fallen off.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough.
It is very
they had to leave
entertaining,
a
and there are
pathetic
jokes.
little
You do not have to worry
thumbs-down
about
review
this.
and make
Even though
all
it has
of their
been
pitiful demands. But then,
it's been
he's talking
quite
too much.
some
They
time,
said,
I believe.
First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency. It's the lack of accountability. It's the
you can't make people
unwillingness to examine
happy.
with them.
Okay. So far, it doesn't look like much is changing. I keep wanting to walk back here and see if anything back here changes, because it's a wall. No. Back to silence. Will you talk next time I go through?
The end is never the end, 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 is never the end.
Okay, here's the rest of stream, the next 2 hours. Just gonna sit here.
Never the end is never the end.
In silence.
The end is never the end, is never the
never
end.
The end is never the end.
Never the end.
Okay, we're not going to. That'd be really funny though. I didn't go and look around actually. Need to go do that now. I don't think anything has changed. Oh, it is wet. It is wet. Very, very wet. Oh, we've had some cave-ins happening. Okay, let me make my way around. Look at that. Okay, that fell. I can't actually continue that way. Oh, but I can get back over that way, but not the other way. Okay, let's see. Ooh, some light. It's daytime. Let's go. Click it one more time. Oh, is that? What is that supposed to be? I don't know what that's supposed to be. It looks like glass. Oh. There are like flowers on this. Like, look at that. Are berries or something? They look a little round, and so maybe not. Oh. Well, there goes, all of that niceness. Okay. There's all of our niceness there. Ooh. Like horror game noises. I would come here and just look. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything that'd be super. Oh, it's fallen. Oh. Now we're like majorly tilted. Majorly tilted. Nope, no more clicking on the button. Now. Ooh, the noises, yeah, the noises. Look at this. We're like collapsing in. It's just all desert. Go through here, so this is, and I think we're just gonna, you see a little bit of that right there? I don't know what that is. Like, you can see a little bit on the horizon there, but we're just gonna head back like that. Woo! Loading screen. Is that the end? I think that was. It was. Now we're back here.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
There's that one. Here we go. See, you skipped into the future and outlived the memory of the Stanley Parable. Mm-hmm. New content. Oh, hell yeah, I gotta go in here for new content.
Oh, good. You noticed my sign.
Yeah, yes, I did. It was great.
Something very exciting to show you.
You do? Is it the new content? I'm ready for new content. More jumping? More jumping? I hope. Are you taking me to jump some more, narrator? You're gonna be jumping? I really hope there's gonna be jumping.
You see, Stanley,
new content.
I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be.
Yeah.
The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy.
I think the jumping was quite great.
This ultra deluxe nonsense. I
think the jumping was pretty great.
One step even further.
That's why you turned all the lights off.
I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever
Through the music.
The Stanley Parable 2.
Is there?
Yes, you see, isn't
more
this far
jumping
superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why there are so many possibilities.
We have one of these, but we have
could
these
go
over
in
here.
So many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
Investigator Showcase. Is that? Let's see. Taste the sequel.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think?
Is it?
Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term
it's very creative.
franchising
That's why you just
potential.
stuck a number on the end of it. Okay. Oh, is there more doors?
Clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly
so
the
far,
Stanley Parable
I've not
2
seen
is
any
going
more
to be,
jumping,
but let's take
though.
a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure
Is
that if I can
jumping
loosely
involved?
organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
That makes sense. You know, when you code something, you just kind of like hope and pray it works. That is kind of what happens when coding, but there's a little bit of logic to it. Now, is there jumping?
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
Let's see, jumping. Some merch. Is there? I'm still looking for jumping. What is this? Hello. New features. Epilogue?
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
You don't got an epilogue. Okay, oh, there's another side. I still am not seeing any, still not seeing any, things. Let's go this way. What are you? Jump circle? More jumping?
You know what, Stanley? I actually think the jump circle was a pretty good idea. I'd like to hang on to that for the sequel.
Jumping. Ready? No more jumping now. How sad. Well, we gotta get our jump in. Our singular jump in. The noise it made was really funny. Let's see. Settings world champion. What does that mean? Okay. We'll come back to that maybe. Can I go back down? Let's go back down this way. Like this. Oh, no screenshots. Do I screenshot? I screenshot. You can't tell me what to do. Another no screenshots.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration. Like
Yes,
balloons.
decorations.
But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday.
Oh, I
Which
think
would
those
you
are
go
great.
with?
I don't know. How do I choose which ones? Oh, here. Oh, get well someday. Happy 12th. 12th birthday stepniece. Happy 12th birthday stepniece. Okay,
You know,
yeah.
Sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Get well, someday it is.
No, it's these ones. Along with ones that are stuck. Ever slowly going up. Fine, I don't need your... I don't need...
Or actually, maybe
opinion.
I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision, we're moving on.
Oh, wow. Balloons do make the office space better. See, a button. Here your name in the game. Say my name?
For the Stanley Parable 2,
Is Stanley Parable gonna dox me?
What do players really want?
Too big,
And
too
of
small,
course,
just right.
The first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
Yes, it is. I love buttons. I gotta press something?
Jim.
Sorry,
It
I
just
should
says
have
Jim.
clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience
I am
of
Jim
this
now.
feature. Just play along.
Hello, welcome to my
promise you'll
stream.
love it.
I am Jim.
Okay, here we go. Let's
I am
take
Jim.
a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim.
I am
I
Jim.
want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as
I am Jim.
falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim.
Very
seizing
sad Jim,
all of
apparently.
The world's possibilities as Jim.
I think I'm
and
a
as
happy Jim.
Watching your dreams crumble into
I'm a happy Jim.
dust.
We are all
Do you
Jim. We
feel it
are all
deeply?
Jim.
Are you really, truly Jim right now? If so, then please step forward and press the button.
Jim.
Amazing. We are all Jim and we heard our
You
names.
see? What a thrill! What a rush! That was you! The button described you. Do it again. Do it again.
Yep.
Jim.
It hits even harder the second
We are all
time.
Jim.
If
We
this
hear our
were
name.
the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth
The
the
jumping
money.
was worth it too.
Let's
So
take a break from the
but-
Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all
No?
of this
Oh,
personal...
I wanna hear it.
Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes
No,
a person can
just-
be too much Jim.
just
I'm putting the Jim button away.
Just-
Otherwise, soon
Jim.
you'll start to lose
Just so
all
much-
sense of who you
just so much
actually
Jim.
are.
Jim.
ah, we could only hear so much Jim. I guess we're not Jim anymore. You took our happiness away, narrator. I think this is payback. I think this is payback for everything else we've done. But you know, how dare you? See, there's.
I suppose I
this
could
is-
allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would
I'm
actually
Jim.
save me the work of finishing this feature.
No. You hear Jim in the game. Oh my god, yes. See the button that says Jim? That's Jim, yes. We are Jim. It's like the one jump, a joy for a short moment. But so much joy. So much joy. Reinsurance bucket?
A common
Your
complaint
bucket?
of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of
There's no bucket.
reckless despair in those who played it. Well,
No bucket.
I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game.
Is it a bucket that's not there?
Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of
Right.
calm and ease will fill your
You know,
mind.
that's
and your
exactly how I
heart.
feel when
It's
I'm holding a
true.
bucket. How would you know
As
that?
long as you hold on to the bucket, the many
Oh.
disorienting contradictions of the
You
Stanley
know, I always
Parable
feel so
will
great when
feel
I'm holding a bucket, so
perfectly
it's a
normal
good
and
thing we added this
perhaps
into the game.
even
You know, I needed my
comforting.
safety bucket.
You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, It's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect
you have issues with this? Here's a toy.
Give it a try.
Get the bucket. I got a bucket. Get my bucket.
Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be.
This bucket makes me feel so good.
And in fact,
every bit of negative that I had is now gone. Well. It is only bucket. I am only bucket.
I
am Jim, and I have only bucket.
More attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on, don't they? All this
I'm Jim,
and more
and I have a bucket.
Await you in the Stanley parable too.
Do I get to keep my bucket? Do I get to keep my bucket? Do I get to keep the bucket? At least he's honest, yeah. I get to keep the bucket.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game?
Really there will be now.
Be an award if it isn't already.
It will be now. A free, new, and easy achievement. See, Expo Hall 2 guide. I'm here. I'm at 5. This map. That's really funny. Infinite Hole. That's new. Collectibles. Wait, let's see the new and easy achievement. Okay. Free achievement. Get yours right now. Pull the lever, receive your new achievement. No more steps. It just works. Oh,
now,
hell yeah.
Here's something special. You remember that broken test
instant gratification
that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes.
Woo,
you see,
I love
come
me
to
some
this
instant
lever,
gratification.
And when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that.
Really? I just get it?
Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard,
you need to make me feel
Stanley,
better.
But I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
No achievement. That's fine. Let's see. It actually changes a lot of the normal endings. To be honest, I think they kind of overdid it on the bucket.
What else?
But
what
the bucket's
other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
The bucket is great. I love the bucket. I don't think they did anything too much with the bucket. It's a great, wonderful bucket. Time and depth. Okay. Opening. Just a hole. It's a bunch of things. Let's see. Infinity. Infinite hole chart. Just keeps on going.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right.
Yeah?
Infinite
I can go
falling.
forever?
You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
You haven't seen how far they go with the bucket yet? Who knows? I don't think anything with this bucket can change my mind. I love this bucket. I love this bucket. It's my bucket. Nothing bad can happen with my bucket.
Isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so.
Yeah, look
now
at that.
Then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
Yeah, we're gonna do that. Let's see. I'm gonna take a drink of my drink. Remember, everyone, to stay hydrated.
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
Well, why would I do that? Why would I do that?
Okay, Stanley, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole.
It's not infinite?
Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole.
Well, I gotta get to the bottom now.
I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it
Considering
infinite?
we're still falling.
Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you.
This is, not
hole.
infinite.
You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever.
Not
Look,
infinite.
I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely?
Well, considering falling is canon,
was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem.
I think falling is great.
Look, things got a little heated there. I think
you have the wrong person here if you're wanting to say something about falling.
Why don't we just put
maybe you need to
all
pick a
this
different
behind
Stanley
us
or a
and
different
agree
gym
to just call the whole mostly infinite. If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button. To
mostly
warp up to the
infinite.
top
That's
of the
not
hole and we can
exactly
move on.
a term
I'll just
or
be up
phrase,
here
but you
when
know.
you're ready.
Anything new happen if I just stay here? You gonna say something more? What is this? New mug. Meeting at 2 p.m. Oh, so many cigarettes. See, every pause button is a Roman numeral 2. Yeah. It's just the two of us. We can make it if we try. It's just the two of us. Ah, that's amazing. That's amazing. There is that. Oh my. That is. Wait, is there 2 meetings at 2? Are 2 meetings at 2? Quite impressive. Doesn't seem like there's anything here.
Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel.
Like falling.
Oh, for heaven. You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal.
I like falling.
Normal person.
I'm not going to say I like holes. That's a
hole
different.
right there.
That's something
Goes on
completely
forever till
different.
the end of time. Don't need to see
like
it all,
falling.
but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time? I couldn't help but
little
feel
shorter.
like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite.
Not so infinite.
Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above.
Just. What if I just stay here for so long? See, you like falling midnight? I do. It's great. What else is there? What if I press other buttons?
Had enough?
Oh.
I'm positively thrilled.
I pressed G by mistake.
I really do have so much more to show you and to talk about, and I've had enough of the hole for a lifetime.
You know, I really like falling.
Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where...
I guess I just really like holes.
Okay. Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability and marketing. What's going on here? Stanley,
who knows?
I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter.
I just stand here for a long time. Well, I want something more when I'm down here. I just don't touch. You know? I like falling, and I like being annoying, which is what this is. Okay, I'm not standing there that long.
There it is. The shame of my lie has come to haunt me. Not only is the hole not infinite, but it's barely even a hole at this point. It's more of a concavity, or even a very aggressive divot.
Yes, are you done talking? I'm not going to interrupt you? Okay.
How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge?
But I like falling.
Just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on.
Okay.
Is the,
teleport is not working!
Not working?
You got me stuck here!
You sure? Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a moment ago. Try it again.
You don't like me falling so much you disabled it?
Still nothing? Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley. You couldn't bear to be away from the hole.
You're leaving
and now
me!
you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked
stay in
for.
the hole,
It's a
I do.
win for everyone.
He's leaving
me.
me.
You get to be with the hole. I get to do literally anything else. Take care, Stanley.
Okay.
I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity together.
So, here's the rest of our stream. We're just gonna sit here, staring, with our bucket. Ooh. Noises. Noises, noises. Why are there noises? Something gonna happen? It's going down! Is this considered falling? Is this considered falling? Maybe? We just, slowly make our way down. With some really loud-ass music. Sorry, that's some really loud-ass music. I know, I gotta turn that down some. I love that music that it used for the background of that. That's still some loud-ass music. Sorry, I'm just gonna... I can turn it back up, but music is not that important compared to everything else. Okay. It's supposed to be loud, I think, but it was like majorly loud. See, change my perspective. Keep. Oh my goodness, what is that? Oh, look at that. This, I think, is my favorite one. Just keep on going. Though this one's pretty great. Is there anything new, or do I just have to keep changing my perspective? Oh. Change my perception. Different music. There we go. This matches so much. This view and this music. Or whatever you would call this. Oh. Change your reality? Can't fully see it, I'm in the way, but it says change your reality. Oh, wow. I'm finding dinosaurs. Puppies! Space? Blue? We're on a beach. Oh my goodness, look, there we are. Pyramids? Oh, Jade, change yourself. Oh my goodness. See so many of those. Change yourself again, we're upside down. Back to this. Let's see. Oh my god, the different thing. We can stay as dinosaurs. Oh, just different looks of things. Oh, that's me. I'm the error. I'm an error. I think that works. I think this matches. Perfection.
Stanley!
Perfection.
Oh, good, you're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland. But we can't have that, Stanley, because this hole is just so darn fascinating.
Oh, it really was.
That I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment.
Well, we ended on perfection, and so it was
how
great.
about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole?
Mm-hmm.
From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole.
Oh, you want to be stuck with me for years again, don't you?
Stay alert, Stanley.
That was so fun for you
I'll
last
be
time.
back. Toodlepip.
Okay. Gonna happen again? It starts up. It starts up. Ah. No! We didn't get to do it
Here we
again!
are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
No! No! Mostly infinite hole. Fine, it ended. Get back to the hole. See, I want to see images of puppies again. It's not letting me in. How sad. It's like you enjoy this a little too much. That's a free achievement. That's our jumping. Map. We have that area. Let's go. Let's look at collectibles. Oh, wait. See. You can find them. You can find them. You can find them. Oh, it's in the same thing as the end is never the end. Ooh.
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them.
Oh, woo, I
don't want
love
to
that.
stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
1 of 6? Yay! That's all the reward I need. That's all the reward I need.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Oh yeah, absolutely tragic. Are you? No reason in particular. Are you a collectible? No. Damn. Okay, achievement. Things. Exit. Can't go that way. Mostly infinite. All of that. Button. Bucket. And that. What was... Let's see, reassurance bucket. There was... Stairs going up somewhere, weren't there? Right there, yeah. Can we be Jim again? Jim in our bucket? No, we cannot be Jim anymore. It's okay, we have our bucket. We keep our bucket forever. We never let go of our bucket. Okay. Now we go this way. Then we go here. Yeah, I think that's everything. Is it? Let's see. World Setting Championship. World Setting World Champion. Is that fucking with my settings? So what are this? This is 72? I'm gonna go through and mess with all my settings. So we are at 5. Okay, we're at English. Oh, go back here. Subtitles on and off. I gotta scroll down. The medium. Medium. Okay, we're at 80 there. Oh, we can see how these are. Oh, these are still for subtitles. We just gotta... You know, setting World Championship makes me seem like I have to switch everything. We're at 80. Show rectangle, or not rectangle. Oh, there's this. Okay, so I gotta turn that back off. So dot. First person shooter. Second person shooter. Bunch of different things. This was 40. Oh, this feels like we're gonna be here for a while. Can I use this? I can. Then we go Back to 40. Opacity. It will turn you back off. Okay. Oh, okay, then medium was what we were at. Oh, then I gotta go here. 80. There we go. Toggle walk. Okay. And audio.
This is the story of a man named...
Oh,
this is the story
I
of
just
a
gotta
man
listen to him
named
talk.
Stanley.
75.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Sound effects. This must be super entertaining to watch. Okay. So, VSync. Clicking that was probably great. So we have full screen. Is this gonna fuck with the way it looks here as I go through this? Maybe. If that happens, I apologize. So borderless, windowed, full screen, borderless. Okay. And then got to go sorry. Oh, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, though. And so far, it's been entertaining, other than the last however long I've been going through settings. I am writing, though, this setting down because I don't really want to fuck up this. I don't know how many of these settings are going to be. I think there'll probably be a lot. And so... Oh, yeah, see? There's just a few of these. Okay. There we go. Oh, so there's only one setting of the 920, though. Okay, and then so that's 4 times AA. Okay. Quality profile was high. And controls. Simplify key binding. Do I have to mess with every one of these? Okay. Go like this. Come here. Did I... Wait. What did it add? It added other things. Let's just go through all this again. Did that work? Did that work? No? No? I had to have missed something, right? Wait, chat, am I missing something? Chat, am I missing something? What if I click reset? Are you sure you want to reset settings to their default values? All in-game game progress will be unaffected, but all settings will restore their default values. Yes.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
This was actually that. Is that something? Have I done something? What am I missing? Also, that face. Wait. The Stanley Parable, Ultra Deluxe, Settings, World Champion. Don't think I'm missing anything. Let's see. Oh, of course. Okay, I'm seeing something. I think I got it. So let's come back here. And it's making me, so wait, it's wanting me to go like this. I don't remember which ones I did, even though I know I did all this. It wants me not to hold it down. Granted, it was showing me the thing for controller controls. But it said I had to use the D-pad for that, and so said I had to use the D-pad for that, and so we're gonna go with our arrow keys. This may take us a little extra, just a little bit of extra time. There's just a little bit of this that I have to go through. Just like this. Guess we'll be here for a while. We may be here for a little bit of time. And then, okay. I think this is where I started using my mouse. And so, we're just gonna sit here like this for a little while. Just a little bit we need to go through. Oh, oops. I moved my mouse and it didn't like that I did that. I was hitting it by mistake. Okay, there we go. Back to my, arrow keys. Once we get this all the way up, though, I'm going to use my mouse, I think, to put it back. Or maybe I won't because we don't use these things. Wow, that dot's getting really freaking big. Just gonna sit here. Oh my god, does it go to like 500 or something? That's too much. That's too much. We're just sitting here watching this number go up. It's so entertaining. Oh no, it goes above 500. Great. What is it? 550? 540, because that makes so much sense, you know? Go back to 40. I just, watch this as this goes down. Okay. Then, we have this. Bring you all the way up. And then bring you all the way down. We decided to make this a thing in the game, like my guide. Do you know what the heck? Yep. This is fun here. I don't know how the frick you're supposed to put that together. Don't know what of these have things. Okay, no, that's all good. Back to volume. You know, with these guys, because they all start at 100, I'm only gonna take them down. Someone with a twisted soul. Someone with an incredibly twisted soul. Someone who needs joy in their life.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Finds it fun to watch people do this. Sitting, staring off into space somehow. Somewhere. You know? Oh! I got it! Wait! Setting world champion! Set all the settings with the slider in the menu and... I got the achievement! I got the achievement! Oh wait, that's not what I want. I want this on...
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
I think I had that to 80. We'll keep it on 80, actually. I got the achievement. Look at that! Wait.
Aha! I can see you've gotten the Settings World Champion achievement. Well done. You've experienced every setting. Traveled to all corners of the settings menu. There's nothing you haven't seen. So, just for you, in the Stanley Parable...
Oh, I don't have subtitles.
I'm including an entirely new setting. Something called bumpscosity.
Bumpscosity?
What exactly is bumpscosity? Well, I haven't quite figured that part out yet, but I just know that you'll be able to adjust it on some sort of slider, and that it'll be available from the settings menu. We'll sort the rest of the details out later. I hope you're looking
is it in the settings now?
Out every level of bumpscosity in the Stanley Parable 2.
You know, I'd like to know a little bit more about that, but it's like, great, you did it. That you are the champion of the settings of all the sliders to all the possible numbers. Please enjoy this room. This is your room. It was made just for you. They will never set the settings sliders to every possible setting. See, congratulations, setting world champion. Got me a thing. Setting world championship. A champion. I did it. Now I gotta see settings. Bumpscosity. 1, 12, 50, 76, 100, 1,000. 1,000. Bumpscosity to 100%. Yep. All the way to 1,000. What does it do? Who knows? But it's there. Amazing. Okay, then. We went through all the settings just for this room. Okay. We've done that. See, we'll look here. So we can't go through that exit. We have a collectible, easy achievement, infinite hole, epilogue, the button, that. Oh, wait, this has jump room right there, and then that. We have this area, merch, button, bucket. Is that it? It looks like that's everything. You hear Jim in the game. Get your Jim in the game. Yeah, see, so this. Look at that, let's see. I do believe that is everything in the new content area. That's it? That's it? Oh. Well then. The time to, reset then? What is bumpscosity? Who knows? Not even their narrator knows. It doesn't seem to do anything. But I have it set to 1,000 at the moment because, yes. Is it reset time? Maybe we try to go for that, computer? One, let's see. Oh, there's a thing here. This says exit. Okay,
all right.
Look at that.
Have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
Oh, I am ready to move on. Oh, it's a person with the office in it. Oh? Oh, is this everything? What is...
So, Stanley, what do you think?
Ooh.
Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but...
Does it need to be coherent?
I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment.
Yeah.
I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready?
Yes.
Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
Woo! I want to go down.
Well, I mean, there's potential here, right?
It looks great.
Sort of... Okay, never mind.
No,
Hold
it's
on.
great. Look at
Let
this.
me do a different arrangement.
I think this is great. Jump circle. There's so many jumps in it.
Yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all.
Maybe putting it together in the dark doesn't help.
And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course.
Like jumping.
With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original
this
game.
Bucket.
Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2."
That exact sentence.
Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Stanley Parable 2? What is this? Interesting. Just keep on going? Or just like sit here? I think it's just gonna kind of loop. Giving horror game vibes? It is giving horror game vibes. Especially as we come to this door. We're gonna begin game.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order.
Yes.
This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley.
It needs to say this is.
Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not
I don't think there's really anything different at the moment of this in the beginning one.
No one had shown up to give
Ultra
him
Deluxe.
call
Look
a
at the
meeting,
balloons.
or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Just like this.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Even more balloons? Bucket!
Stanley picked up the bucket.
Stanley did. Oh, there's a thing stopping me from going like that. Make our way this way.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Oh, do I do the game the way it's meant to be, or do I mess with him? We'll do the game the way it's meant to be.
Still no one was here.
Okay.
Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
A bucket! I love me the bucket. Broom closet?
Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy? It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket.
What is my bucket?
I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket.
I will not.
I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders.
It is not hard
right
at all.
Now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is your companion and lifelong friend. You can't hand it over. Oh, no. We're getting into name-calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk, that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket?
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Oh. A collectible!
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment
I am savoring this moment.
One of these beautiful figurines. But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy.
Oh,
He looked down at the bucket in his arms. Am I crazy? He asked the bucket. The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing at all.
Not crazy, not one bit.
Strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as these.
Don't doubt the bucket.
He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort.
No,
and that's
no, the bucket is always nice to me.
This isn't my bucket. It's just a normal, everyday bucket. Someone else's bucket, perhaps. How did I end up with someone else's bucket? This is all terribly wrong. Surely no good would come from this. Who knows what sorts of bizarre hallucinations Stanley might experience without the psychologically grounding presence of his bucket. And indeed,
I want my bucket. I don't care if someone else's.
Which was, of course, very odd. And now he felt himself floating off the ground. Oh, gracious. He exclaimed. Without my bucket, I've gone truly mad. Where is it? I must find it. Far off in the distance now, he heard it, calling to him.
Stanley, do I get to find my bucket?
Stanley, it's me.
The bucket! We gotta find our bucket. This is amazing.
He rushed forward from room to room, passing by one bucket after the next. None of them were his. None of them were his special bucket.
So many buckets, no.
Stanley.
We're gonna find you, bucket.
He had to find the bucket. He had to return to his old friend. It was the only way to truly restore his sanity. And then suddenly, he froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from. The real bucket was inside of him all along.
There's a bucket inside of me.
Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out.
How'd I get a bucket inside me? We've lost our minds just a little bit.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Oh.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk.
I died.
Right away, she knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket. Of course he'd gone mad, ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him. Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place. How cruel the world can be, Mariella thought, and she hugged her own bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything. Heck yes, she thought to herself, my life kicks ass. And she backflipped all the way to work.
That's one way to get to work. So he just like started rambling what the truth is, which is that this is a video game. It's like, you know, like, oh, this is a video game, da-da-da-da-da. And so, like, oh, he's gone mad. This ending makes Stanley go crazy whether or not you have the bucket or not.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Is the ending different if I actually go to the boss's office? Let's see. Meeting today in the meeting room. There's no thing there. Gotta take my
Stanley
bucket.
lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him.
These are already
Stanley
open.
clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Oh. Yeah, I for a second I thought I went through the wrong one. Oh, where to find them? See, small floating objects appear in the office. We have to energize our resources to ensure their retrieval. There are many questions. There is no memo from management. How to tell you've spotted one? Make sure they're floating there. It looks like these pictures. See, fig leaves are hard to find. Follow clue provided by employee 416. We can do it. Red room. Good luck. Hello. Oh, no, not the bucket. Yes, the bucket. Yes, the bucket. It's like the true completionist's instinct. See, there will be a reward for finding them all. Lies, who are you? 666 lol. There will be cleaning of this wall required. I want them so much. I want to go home. Stop kidding yourself. Wow, these are like ramblings. Broom closet again. We won't go in the broom closet.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
No. I already got that collectible. It doesn't respawn. Makes sense about the fact that I had 2 out of 6. Oh. Executive bathroom? See, did we already die in the broom closet? No?
Another miniature Stanley figurine.
I've not died in the broom closet. Can we die in the broom closet?
There must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini stands? Stanley figs? What about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
That really rolls off the tongue right there. See. Money in the morning, money in the evening, money for breakfast, money crisp. I have no reflection. I am a vampire. Oh, input. Input received. Oh. What? What? No? We're just gonna go this way? Those are like glowing. Let's go up, down, click both. Dancing to some wonderful elevator music. Why is there blue? Like lighting. Did I hear breathing? Oh? Did I get nothing from that? I just need to click 1. Her Stanley name. There's nothing. There's nothing. There's nothing. Okay then. Oh, this is different.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light
the bucket helps me so much.
The dark clouds of confusion and chaos.
Yep,
it would
it does.
Be with him.
It's my favorite bucket.
The bucket would, and he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk.
Oh, yeah.
Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845.
2845. Oh, 5.
But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was
the bucket did.
Guiding him?
The bucket was guiding me.
This is certainly the most logical explanation.
The bucket is. It is very logical. Exactly what I need to know. Exactly the way I need to know. Thank you, Bucket. You've always been there for me.
Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines. And now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlies. What do you think, Stanley? What name better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
I assume it will. Then, ooh. Oh, what is this? What is going on here? Okay. Loading screen. 10 little bombs,
the elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate.
Yes, an unknown
fate. It would be all
fate.
Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right.
Yes,
the
with my bucket, I will always be okay.
Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Yes. See, the bucket even protected me from that. Best bucket.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
There's an ending for going up and down the elevator? Is there? Oh my. We'll be back over here. Let's see. I wanna go mind control. Okay.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
Yeah, what does it hold? What does it hold? See, we come over here now. Oh?
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock.
Fired?
Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
Yes. Pirate? This. I have to cradle the bucket. It is okay, bucket. Like, what number are we? Are we 27? Right there. Yeah, look, there we are.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kind
Did that happen to you, Bucket?
does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
You don't have to say feeble mind. But, you know, we will help you, Bucket.
No!
You do not have to worry.
He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never!
It's like this is a video game.
Tighter. His one friend in the entire world.
Yes,
the
bucket.
At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
Listen to the bucket. We believe in the bucket. Yes, we do. We believe in the bucket.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place.
And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
Yeah.
For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world.
Two best friends.
They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
Yes, we high-fived the bucket with its hands. The bucket with its hands. What disabled? No. No, nothing here. Let's go up. I was already pressing those buttons. Oh, here's 5. Let's see. Line control idle. Awaiting input. Oh. Power system.
When at last they came to the source of the room's power, Stanley and the bucket knew it was their obligation to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
We turn it off.
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over?
Just me and the bucket.
Yes,
forever and eternity.
They had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away.
They
While
do
they
with movies?
lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support, and What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed? An unbearable
No, you're taking our life away from each other.
Lingering in uncertainty. Until finally the truth
I wanted
hit
to live
Stanley
happily with the
square in
bucket.
face. This building did not want the bucket to leave. Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket, would go to any lengths not to part with the bucket.
No!
No. Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
Me and the bucket lives happily ever after. Oh, is that the ending of that one? Oh my goodness. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps
See, it seems like the input stays in one spot, and so I'm gonna actually wait. Do the input ones, maybe? Until we, Oh, I didn't get the bucket.
The confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley
until
embraced the bucket.
Until I'll wait to do the input one until a later time. Wait. Is this the way it normally goes? I don't remember this room being blue.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and
I don't remember that room being blue.
Left.
It threw me off. I'm like, let's see. Oh, how to find them. Let's see. Oh, we're missing some. Let's see. Inside the sequel, exhibit, large room, lots of boxes, stairs. Something to do with stairs. Some are both red and blue. Near a fireplace, a private but smelly place for an important person. Oh. These are the ones I've gotten. A large room with lots of boxes. Some were both red and blue. So is that the 2 doors going the other way? We'll do this one first.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to
I was
the
told
boss's
if I go
office.
up and down. The elevator, there's a thing for it? No,
into his
fuck.
manager's office, Stanley was once again
I don't want to go this way.
stunned
I don't think
discover
so.
not an
Or is it this
indication of
elevator?
any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into... But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer
luck.
Was it that the bucket knew all along?
The bucket
was
didn't know
the
all
bucket
along?
guiding him? Yes. This
this
is certainly
elevator?
the most logical explanation.
This elevator? So if I click this and have us go down. See. Elevator just after the boss's office, so this one. And just like go back up and down,
Wait,
up and
Stanley
down.
said to the bucket. Can we go back up? When I was pressing those keypad buttons, there was something very intriguing about the number 3. I want to go back so I can try pressing the number 3 again.
We're pressing number 3
Bucket
again.
said nothing.
Bucket did not like that. We go. Before we finish, I've been sipping on my drink and I'm almost out of it, so I'm just gonna basically I just drink the rest of it as I hit my mic with my cup. Okay, I finished my drink now. Okay, for the ending, do I go touch the number 3? I go touch the number 3? I kind of want to go touch the number 3. I want to go touch the number 3.
Here we are, said Stanley. Now I'm going to try out that number 3 button. He took the bucket over to the keypad and began absolutely Wow, he said. The number 3 is such a special button. I'm having the time of my life.
Keep pressing up and down.
Stanley looked expectantly at the bucket, but the bucket remained silent. This was a shock to Stanley, who had always felt such a connection with the bucket. How was this not as exciting to the bucket as it was to him? Once Stanley had had enough of the number 3, he got back to the elevator. Perhaps the bucket had missed something. Perhaps
bucket just doesn't understand
how much joy Stanley got from slamming the number 3 repeatedly.
Just so many 3s. You know, because 3 is never the end. Just gonna go.
No, said Stanley to the bucket. You can't go on yet. Not till you understand how much the number 3 means to me. You and I have been through so much together, and I just want you to see what I see. Feel the happiness I feel. He smiled at the bucket, and the bucket said
being
nothing.
a bad friend? Right now, a little bit. But we can never say anything bad about the bucket. Okay? Nothing there is different. Guess we gotta walk out real quick. You come here and spam 3 again?
Here we go, said Stanley. This time I'll really show you. He ran to the number 3 and began to wail on it like a musician on a beloved instrument, weaving a concerto of truth and passion.
Yes.
He wielded the number 3 like a fine artist would wield a paintbrush. He told stories through the number 3, stories of his dreams and hopes and fears.
Amazing.
And
Artiste.
the whole time, he looked to his bucket for a reaction of some kind. Anything to let him know that the bucket appreciated
Give me
what
a
he was
reaction
doing.
bucket.
The bucket conveyed absolutely nothing at all.
Only silence.
Only silence. Crushed by a wave of dejection, Stanley returned to the elevator.
I'm back in the elevator. We go down.
Stanley and the bucket were so close. They'd always been there for one another. Why suddenly could the bucket not connect with this passion of Stanley's? The question caused Stanley to ruminate the whole way down the elevator. He knew that there must be a way to get through to the bucket, to communicate fully with his dear friend. Surely there was a solution, mustn't there be?
There must be. There must be. More 3s! We try. Bucket, you will understand our passion for the number 3. You will understand it.
Said Stanley. I know what to do.
Yes.
I know how to fully express this feeling in my heart. He decided right then and there that he would hold a press conference where he would speak to the public
on all matters relating to pressing the number 3 over and over.
Yes, that's how you do it.
He would elaborate fully on what the number 3 meant to him, and why he felt so alive when pressing it. Then the bucket would be able to see his joy through the eyes of others.
Yes.
It would get to see the world
so many people
to this
loving
discovery
3.
of Stanley's. And it would be through the public eye that the bucket would finally understand Stanley's work.
This is different.
For months, he advertised and marketed his press conference, building excitement around it, developing and rehearsing it, until it couldn't be refined a single measure further.
All
when the
eyes
big day
on,
arrived,
on
Stanley was
live on
as
stage.
prepared as he'd ever been for anything in his life.
Yes. Oh, stage door. Gotta go this way. Come on, Bucket, you'll understand. Stage. So many 3s. Stage 3. 427.
This was it. One last chance to win the bucket over.
One last chance, yes.
Opportunity to share a true connection with a loved one.
See. Congratulations, Stanley. Remember where you came from. Your coworkers. Outside. Number 3. Gotta show the world our passion for number 3. And the bucket will understand.
There was no one here. Nobody had come to the press conference to hear Stanley speak, to listen to him talk about what it really means to press the number 3 on a keypad over and over. He was unloved, uninteresting, he was a failure, and in that moment Stanley knew the bucket would never again take him seriously. There would be no connection. No deeper understanding.
3.
The bucket merely sat there in his arms, indifferent. And so it began that slowly, over many years, the two of them grew more and more distant. They spoke less and less, neither wishing to state the obvious, that any sense of real respect between them had eroded since that day at the press conference. There would be no more games, no more long conversations about passion and pursuit. Only a silence that consumed the space between friends. And Stanley, having for once in his life discovered the warmth and comfort of true companionship, was cast back into the unremarkable normalcy of loneliness.
How could this happen? How could this happen? No!
All of his co-workers were gone.
It's okay, Stanley. Friends come in 3s.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Yep.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
In the normal ending, Stanley speaks about the concept of anticipation of the elevator. People actually showed up for the press conference. Wait, he speaks about the concept of anticipation of an elevator, and people actually showed up for the press conference.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace.
So that
of
one's
his
just sad.
co-workers.
They're just like, we're gonna make that one sad. Balloons. Okay.
Warmth spread through Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his arms again,
so we have
home.
I have a few things to do.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest.
Well, I want to input
left.
computer. We will do the input computer, but we have a few other endings we want to get through. I will come back for you. There's an escape.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
See, there's an escape. You input at the moment? You are not.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned
So it's
to
2,
discover
8,
not an
4,
indication
5.
of any human life.
Oh.
Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken
2,
down into
8,
an emotional
4,
dumpster fire,
5.
if not for this. But Stanley guessed the correct code by
There's an
sheer
escape.
luck.
I want to see what the escape is.
Was it the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
From here now. We go down. make our way.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight
Like
ahead
this.
through the large
Escape.
door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death.
A violent death for both of us.
The door behind them was not shut. Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley and the bucket were knowingly walking forward into a very painful death for each of them.
Yes. That was indeed what's happening. See, could it be like a peaceful death? You know, that it would be really nice, but I really don't think so. Or like, not a death, you know? Who knows? But it's obviously not. See. That just it? Oh? Oh, I'm still falling. Oh. Oh? Oh.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley and the bucket inched closer to their demise, Stanley reflected on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out to be.
It's not meaningless. Don't say this to me, narrator.
It puts the mind and the soul at ease to embrace the bucket. But what use is a sense of ease when you're about to be crushed to death? This is what Stanley thought.
Don't tell me that it's meaningless.
Sort of kicked himself
I'll
for
hold my
wasting so
bucket until
much
the very
time
end.
carrying a bucket everywhere. Farewell, Stanley.
It's my bucket, no.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley and the bucket were led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, the bucket's life came to an end, as it was crushed violently to death.
Oh. But I still have the bucket. It's still in my hand, and the narrator changed. What? Boxes? No? What is this? Stanley Parable?
It was a shame, the death of such a magnificent bucket. It's true that all buckets are radiant in their own way, but this one stood above the rest.
Stanley, there's nothing about Stanley here.
It was a glorious bucket to behold.
Uh-huh. Why did the narrator change? You have a thing for the bucket? Welcomes you to the grand exhibit. Is only true knowledge we really have. Will you take what you've learned here out into the world? Will you accept with an open mind what may be challenging about the information in this exhibit? Will you change the lives of yourself and your loved ones as a result of this exhibit? Will you turn a blind eye and continue to live as you were in ignorance and darkness? We'll see. We'll see.
Can you see how arrogant it was for Stanley to take a bucket like this and to claim it for his own? Can you see the hubris that blinded him? Can you see that the bucket is far more noble than Stanley will ever be in his short life?
You have a thing against Stanley, not a thing for buckets. You have a thing against Stanley. Yes. Yes, instead of a person. Instead of a person, it's a bucket. Bucket. Oh. Inferno bucket. A replica of Inferno's bucket, which in the medieval era was so powerfully alluring that it drove dozens of nations to war with one another to control it. Billions died, and yet, in spite of it all, a simple fact remains: no one can control a bucket. Inferno's bucket. Double handles? It did have double handles. I'm assuming because they're referencing... Oh shit, what's the name of it? Oh, what is... Okay, sorry, I have to figure out what it's called. The sequel is now paused. Ooh, interesting. What is it? See. Let's see. Can I find what it is? It is... Can I find the name of this? It is... Verturian Man by Leonardo da Vinci. That's what they're that's what that picture is referencing, and in that one there are multiple limbs in that one, so that's probably why it has multiple handles. Okay. The stress bucket, an analogy. Worrying, negative forecasting, negative thinking, lack of reassurance. Strength, vulnerability equals the size and strength of the bucket. Coping strategy equals holes. Not holes again. The stress, the level of water in the bucket. Rest and relaxation, do something to enjoy the rest. And do something you enjoy, rest and relaxation. The bucket, the stress bucket. Presented without commentary. Don't know even here. Oh. You can hear things. It's all bucket. I can't go that way. Let's see. Cave drawings. Oh, well, we know that buckets predate the existence of mankind. We do not know by how long. This cave drawing depicts early man discovering the practical uses of the bucket, by which time the bucket had already likely been around for several millennia. Notice in these drawings how the bucket is allowing itself to be used, having judged humanity to be worthy of its treasures. Oh my goodness. Even they're using the bucket.
No man can own a bucket, and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one. It is man who should kneel before the bucket.
Kneel before bucket. Okay. Let's see. Well, this is the rest of that one, okay. The hanging bucket. This piece symbolizes the necessary relationship between bucket and humanity. However, clear our grasp of the bucket may be, there is more that is always out of reach. This distance inevitably is for our own good. Can I fall? Oh, I grabbed it. The room with the random chairs.
But there is something we can do.
We couldn't enter any of the other rooms.
Together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong.
Right this terrible wrong?
Let Stanley die. Let him be crushed by the machine. Don't reset the game. Don't give him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket. We can save the world's buckets from their treatment as tools and implements if only we let Stanley die together. The bucket shall take its place as ruler, as leader, as commander of a new world, a new vision.
I get crushed. I still had a bucket in my hand, though. Did the bucket take its rightful place? Seems that
all of
different.
his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh. Welcome to the whiteboard ending.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Oh, there's that. Grab the bucket.
Stanley picked up the bucket and smiled.
Yes, welcome to the whiteboard ending.
He'd never be alone again, not truly alone, not with the bucket around.
Welcome to the whiteboard ending. Do I just stand here long enough? Dog mode. Dog mode. Oh my goodness. Please let me unclick it. There we go. That's amazing. Okay. Best thing that's happened. Okay.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly
so now
to
we're
his
here.
chest and entered the door on his left.
Fork. Yep. Broom closet should be somewhere. There we go. Okay.
Oh, Stanley, can you feel it?
How do I get this ending?
Closet, it wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy? It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket.
Do we just stay here until
really
it's a bucket. I'm dead or something?
It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is your companion and lifelong friend. You can't hand it over.
Apparently not in most of these endings, so...
Getting into name-calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk, that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket? Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons, but even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends? That your relationship is purely superficial and convenient? That your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner? Well, I never. Go on, Stanley.
No, the bucket is important to us.
Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments. Expand on the wide variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together. Go through each of them point by point. Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings for the bucket, as they have
how
changed
in this
and
ending,
evolved over the years. Let him have it.
We stayed in eternal darkness forever. One where we were no longer friends because he couldn't respect the fact that I liked the number 3.
Okay.
Another one where he let me die because so he could take his place as ruler.
This debate once and for all. Here we go.
Oh, property of Stanley.
Now it's settled. No more debate.
Yeah,
no more discussion.
He's really a good friend of mine.
Take a hike, broom closet, with all your meandering philosophical diatribes about the nature of cleaning supplies and their relationship to broom closets in the natural order of things.
We're just gonna stay here like this.
I've got a second sticker back here, and I'm going to slap it on as well because I think it's appropriate. You see?
It's a bucket.
Feel that it works because the sticker is also a bucket.
It's bucketception.
That way, if you're ever
Maybe your friend is your
whether
property?
the thing you're holding is a bucket or not,
we're ignoring
you can
that
look down at this sticker and say to yourself, it's a bucket.
It is. That's literally what I said.
There are a wide variety of applications for this sticker.
I think it called me out a little bit because I literally was like, oh, look, it's a bucket. You know, we're gonna ignore that it says property, and you know what? Depending on what ending you're going to,
the name calling
sometimes
and the dismissal of your kinship
a
with
friend
the bucket, but now the broom closet is just giving us the silent treatment. And to be honest, I'm sick of the pettiness on display. You can stay here all you like, but I've had it with this impetulant room of cleaning supplies. Easily the most childish such room I've ever been in. I'll see you outside, and we can get on with the story about you and your bucket.
He left me. Bucket drama there is. You know? Because right now the bucket is their friend. Any point in time where it can go in their favor, I'm dust to this bucket. Sit here. Let this happen. What? Is there any more that I need to do? Just sitting here? Go out, then back in? Okay. Okay, now I go back in. I need to get it to register that I've left. Now I'm back in. Now I'm back in. Was that it? Do I need to do more? In the process of this, hair has fallen into my face. See? There we go, I've gotten it out of my face. Maneuvering it under my headphones is very, very easy. There wasn't any sarcasm in that at all. feel like I'm still missing something. What do I do? Okay. Do I look up this ending like I've done other ones? So, Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. Broom closet. Just looking ever so slightly. Obtaining the ending. It just tells me to then just go in it. That's great. Let's see. It's like enter the broom closet. Thank you. That's what I need. See him. Let's see. We'll leave the broom closet. All that. Let's see. Wait. What is going on? See. It's not telling me exactly what to do with it. We just, I won't continue reading it. Let's see. I know that after a certain point, the broom closet doesn't get any more dialogue and you have to move on. I'm thinking that's what's going on here. And so we're gonna move on here.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
And we're gonna not walk upstairs.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours.
Oh, this is gonna give me the same crazy ending, isn't it?
And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone
It would have been
had
quicker, I
vanished.
think, to do the
His
other
boss
ending,
would
maybe?
think he was crazy. And then, something occurred to Stanley.
Well, we gotta watch this ending again.
Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. He looked down at the bucket in his arms. Am I crazy?
Are the buckets gonna have stickers on them?
The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing at all. That's strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as these.
What if I just stand and let him talk?
He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort. And that's when Stanley realized, this isn't my bucket. It's just a normal, everyday bucket.
6,
someone
2,
else's
7,
bucket, perhaps.
12.
How did I end up with someone else's bucket? This is all terribly wrong. Surely no good would come from this. Who knows what sorts of bizarre hallucinations Stanley might experience without the psychologically grounding presence of his bucket.
Or just reset yourself.
Now he noticed that the rooms were repeating, which was, of course, very
I could do that, yeah.
And now he felt himself floating off the ground. Oh, gracious, he exclaimed. Without my bucket, I've gone truly mad. Where is it? I must find it. Far off in the distance now, he heard it.
But it has the Stanley sticker.
Stanley,
it does have the Stanley sticker. I'm curious on if these buckets will have the stickers on them.
He rushed forward from room to room, passing by one bucket after the next. None of them were his. None of them were his special.
Alright, so let's see. Let's see. So we will begin the game from the beginning. Look at that.
The meeting
and then
room.
We will
yes,
now.
That's where everyone would be. Stanley just needed to get to the meeting room.
Now we'll go back to the broom closet.
He would never be alone
again.
ever again.
Oh, it still has stickers on it.
Good old bucket. Just Stanley and the
bucket. It still has stickers on it. That's amazing. That's amazing. Okay. Wait, let's head back this way and continue trying to get the
and entered the door on his left.
Trying to get back to the broom closet. Okay.
Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet, simply because I have no remaining stickers.
Yes.
If I did, you can guarantee we'd be in here for hours. But alas, no stickers.
But I want stickers. Will you eventually say something to me? What if I now walk back in? Let's see, am I getting any more dialogue from this? No? So let's begin from the beginning and go back to the broom closet?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps
power off all these computers? See, the broom closet doesn't have an ending, it's just a silly time waster? Well.
Where are we going today? The bucket asked.
Well,
Stanley
we gotta try one more
smiled.
time.
Anywhere they went together would be perfectly fine with him.
Gotta just try. See, this is different. Every once in a while, it's like...
Stanley clutched
different.
the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Let's come back here, though. Let's see. Gonna come here.
Stanley,
this?
we must move on from this broom closet, simply because I have no remaining stickers. If I did, you can guarantee we'd be in here for hours. But alas, no stickers.
Last, no stickers. Okay. Start the game from the beginning, then.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
We have yet to
Stanley
go
decided to go to the meeting room.
through the
Perhaps
other
he had
door with our
simply
bucket
missed a
yet.
memo.
We've yet to go through
A good bucket, a
our
strong
other door.
bucket, a humble
bucket.
a committed bucket, a bucket of culture and distinction.
Yes.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly
Now
to
we
his...
come here?
This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
Yes, it's
But
not.
Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling
Uh-huh.
him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Yes, it is.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting
Uh-huh.
room? Yes, no, never mind. The bucket was wrong.
No, the bucket's never wrong.
Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No. We come here.
No, said the bucket.
Yes.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo
Yes,
lift.
that's what we're doing.
Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
To the cargo lift we go. We do as the bucket says.
Good, said the bucket. Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him.
I'm not
It
gonna
should have
question it.
alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious
Bucket, what, did you get a new voice?
He was firmly
He
convinced
has gotten
that
a new
the bucket
voice.
had
Bucket, you
spoken
good?
to
Is it the
him,
stickers?
And he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
It's okay. Okay.
In here, said the bucket. Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley
Okay.
once again obeyed blindly.
Let's see. A collectible said big room. Lots of boxes. Is this big room lots of boxes? No, and then one was red blue. Okay, we're here.
Now pick up the phone, said the bucket. Pick up the phone and it will take us back home, where we can go about life together.
Okay. I pick up the phone. The bucket told me to. Very bright white screen.
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his
And
bucket.
his bucket.
Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend. And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
What? That's not a time. Not a time that can last very long. But where's my bucket? I love my bucket. I need my bucket. Oh, my bucket. Hello, Stanley. It's me, your bucket. Press X to take me to work with you. Yes, we will. Okay, we gotta go to work. Here
The
at work.
Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever
it does.
Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head.
No, the bucket is real. It is not in my head. We are not crazy. We're fine. Going to work. Oh, bucket. Press Q to take me back home with you. Yes.
Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me.
Okay, Bucket, let's watch some movies together. T to go back to work.
Oh, I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me? Listen to me. It's just a bucket. It can't think, it can't talk. All it will ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location.
If it is just a bucket, then you are also not real. You are just a voice coming from the sky. Don't listen to the loud man and press U to go back home.
You see, he's not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket.
You were just...
You know, once upon a time, it was me
you were just a narrator.
Me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about is his awful bucket.
Is it because the bucket doesn't speak to me, or because the bucket has taken your place? Press Y to ignore anyone else in your life except for me. Of course, Bucket! Don't worry about that!
Sad, but I suppose he doesn't need me anymore. From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket, this sort of shiny bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it.
It's not letting me turn it off. Okay. Bucket? Bucket! See, you believe I'm real. Don't you, Stanley? Press P to go back home. Yes.
Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket. It's just a little
believing me.
What am I trying to say? Sturdier, more capable of transporting liquid. Like it would be better at moving an amount of water from one room to another.
See, press P to relive the same day with me over and over. Of course!
Oh my God, what am I saying? Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket. Why do I feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket?
Because it is. Press L to go home to work. Press L to go home to work to home to work to home. Of course, Bucket!
Oh no. I'm having feelings for the bucket. No. What's going on?
Feelings for the bucket?
Why do I want to be with the bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say. Do anything it asks. What's wrong with me? I don't understand.
Join me. Perhaps are we having romantic feelings for the bucket?
This would be less confusing.
Of course, Bucket.
Yes.
Anything you say.
The bucket could tell me what to do in this troublesome situation. Stanley, give me the bucket. Give it to me. Give me the bucket, Stanley.
My bucket.
I need
you can't have it. It's my bucket.
Give it to me now. Give it or I'll...
Close your eyes. My eyes are closed. Go back to work, Stanley. B18 plus. We're back here. That's uncomfy. What, the bucket?
Stanley thought to himself. Am I sure that the orders stopped coming in? How is that possible? They never stopped. Surely I was mistaken. No, the orders were still missing.
They are very much still missing. Okay, where else can an input come from? Oh, input. Wait. Here's... Oh, input received. That means I got it, okay. Input received. So, let's begin this game again. We will do this ending. I said we would before, and we will. Right here. Waiting input. Input received. What is this? White. Welcome, Stanley, to heaven. Did we die? Oh. Oh. Okay. Is there more to this ending other than... Oh, they're turning back on? Okay, I would have been doing that forever. See. So many buttons. So many buttons. What do I do? Let's see. You look like you're more glowy. Go to you. You don't seem to be turning back on. Oh, now you are. Saying push the buttons. That's not right. I wish I had a pointer for this. See. Here we stay pressing buttons for all eternity. Is there an ending to this? Here we go. We got. Is there an ending to this or no? Is it just buttons? Just kind of go like this. Just very rapidly pressing buttons. Kind of, we're missing a few. This is the ending. So I should reset then. To do more? Yes, yes. So we'll just keep saying push the button. This is a kind of easy ending to get to, so if there's more I can get back to it. Just a little tedious. Just wonder if I can. Missing quite a few, but I've got it. At least it has something like the window ending. And look at that. Okay. Let's begin this game again. Oh! Things are a little different there. Oh, look, I'm always back to that.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Just
Stanley
a little bit in terms of a mess.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of a mess going on here. There's a little bit of a mess going on here.
Ah, the embrace of an old friend.
Yes, our old friend.
Companionship that stands the test of time.
Okay, so now we're gonna go this way.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his. This
Going
was not the correct way
through
to
the
meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling
obviously
to him,
right
telling him
room.
that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was.
Yes, it
Had the
was.
bucket turned out to be
And
correct?
now it's wrong.
Well, no, never mind. The bucket was wrong.
I want to
Stanley took the
jump
door on
onto
his
the
left
walkway
to go
from
back
the
to meeting
cargo.
room.
No,
said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else.
Does it go like
the
this?
cargo lift. Good,
said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Uh-huh.
Stanley did not question
get on
why
here?
or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk.
Don't worry,
But Stanley
I'm not
chose
listening to this
not
bucket
think
either
about
right
this
now.
obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Can't question the fact that I didn't do that. Like this, okay. There gonna be anything different here?
No, stop.
Oh.
Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It says, no buckets past this point.
Oh.
Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless...
What?
What if the
A
problem
bucket.
is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose
What?
that would
I know
explain a
that.
lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true,
What?
well, my goodness.
I know what a
think we have
bucket
to do
is,
something
of course.
about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly.
Are you going to show me what a bucket is?
So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't
a bucket. Is what's in my hand and nothing else is a bucket.
Step in here for a moment.
Step in. Here? This is a bucket.
Now then, I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket.
Now, do I play this legit or no?
This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket. Okay, let's begin.
Do I just say yes to everything? I think that'd be really funny.
Item 1. Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Incorrect. It is a hologram of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
Oh. Let's see.
Item 2. Is this a bucket?
Yes, it is.
Incorrect. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
I think those are still buckets, considering the bucket has a very loose definition, but that's fine.
Item 3. Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Correct. This is a bucket.
Wonderful.
Item 4. Is this a bucket?
Are we being trolled? I think so. And I'm gonna troll right back. Yes.
What? Are you hallucinating? This is a tractor. It's an enormous machine that tills the earth. I thought this was a gimmick. How on earth did you manage to screw it up? Absolutely incredible. Let's just move on to the next one.
Right? That's a bucket. Uh-huh. You all agree with me, don't you? That was a bucket.
Is this a bucket?
Yes, it's a bucket.
Correct. This is a bucket.
It is a bucket. I'm teaching him now.
Item 6. Is this a bucket?
Yes, it is.
Trick question. Both. Gotcha.
That means I was right. Still.
Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere.
Is it a bucket? Yes.
Okay, you and I both know there isn't anything here.
What? That's a bucket.
And I don't appreciate the implication that nothing is a bucket when we both clearly know that a bucket is something. And
well, there's
therefore
a bucket, right?
Nothing could possibly be something. Unless, in your twisted mind, have you somehow convinced yourself that a bucket is nothing? Answer me straight, Stanley. Do you believe that nothing is a bucket?
Everything's a bucket, including nothing.
You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out.
Oops. I didn't mean to click that. I was trying to click a toggle. Smile.
What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago, I could answer these questions with confidence. And yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket? Stanley, yes. I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all buckets from the game entirely. Okay, here we go.
You can't do that! I have my toggles up.
Is everything gone? Why did everything disappear? Wait, was everything a bucket?
Everything was a bucket.
The game was a bucket. Oh my God.
Everything was a bucket.
How could... Except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley,
you're just a voice.
You're still here. You're not a bucket either.
Of course I'm not a bucket. Everything is a bucket.
News. We're not buckets. Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful.
You're telling me I'm not a bucket?
That issue, but it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what, I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay? And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that.
Who knows what that information might do to a person?
All right, a bucket.
Here we go.
Here. What other toggles do you have? I don't actually have that many toggles. I have the, I don't have any, fancy ones on this one. As, I guess at some point I could update this one to have more, toggles. But I only have the basic ones that come with, well, the ones you can tweak within Vroid. Because this one was made before I learned how to do any of the fancy stuff I've shown in other streams. It's really funny. I've done a stream on making a Vroid model, and it has fancier toggles and all that than the one I currently use.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Because
what
I have
did it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting
toggles?
room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yes, I think so.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Let's see. Do we get a different ending if we go down the one thing with the bucket?
The bucket made Stanley want to be a better man and a better co-worker.
I guess I could show the toggles as I'm talking about them.
So
we have smile.
Both of those things.
Oh, wait. Why am I going up and down? Is one of my toggles things doing that? Oh, look at that! One of my buttons for clicking my toggle actually controls the game. See, because I've shown that. I've shown surprise, sad. You have angry. It's because it's control. And then my favorite one, which I've used I think quite a bit, is this one where I take the highlights off my eyes. Very serious mode here.
Stanley
Don't fuck with me while I'm like this.
Tightly to his chest and entered the door on his
Then my highlights back.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him
that is really funny. Maybe I need to not have control be one of the buttons.
It was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Well, no, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go, and so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
Will I get anything different with a bucket? Anything different with this bucket?
Oh, good, Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually.
Okay.
You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much. It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before.
Well,
yes,
I want the bucket.
I'm the one who gave you the bucket,
Is this
but
an
you're spending too much time
I think
with
it is.
Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line? We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it.
Can I come in here and see? Here. Okay, so I guess I follow the line.
Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next?
I wasn't expecting the whee!
It played some silly music as well.
Yes.
Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue?
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Yes, it's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
No, my bucket. No. I don't give up bucket. My bucket. Maybe it is an intervention. Hey, it's a straight line.
Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket. That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer. I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree?
No.
Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you.
No. No.
Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
No, I'm not ready.
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait. Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The broom closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this.
You cannot get me to give the bucket.
Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters.
My bucket.
Like
you can't have my bucket.
Or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now. The fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want. Hurry.
You can't get me. You can't get me to give up my bucket. Even if that means... I was gonna say death, but now I'm concerned on what's going on here.
The Bucket Destroyer. My prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
Okay. Well then. Very, very interesting.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Now.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps
now what happens if I do give the bucket? You know, I changed my mind super quickly.
To have a bucket, but Stanley
what if the real Stanley Parable was the buckets we didn't destroy along the way? Yep. Which doesn't include this one in my hand, because we may
Stanley
do something adjacent to that.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Well, no, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back, and so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead.
Just quickly
to
go here. I wonder what happens if you unplug the phone with the bucket. Maybe I'll do that.
Oh, good, Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually. You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here
I need to let him finish dialogue.
About you very much. It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before.
I love the bucket.
Yes, I know
want
I'm
this
the one
bucket
who
and
gave
all
you
of
the
it.
bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line? We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, that's what... Whee! Look at that wacky line.
My God.
Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and
we could have watched it drive.
Silly music as well.
I even cut off his stuff. We listen to our silly music. And then we'll just make our way around.
Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember
make our way
all those
to
great jokes from the
sad,
original
sad
dialogue?
machine.
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
We'll just go like this.
It's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content.
I wonder
exactly
if I go too fast,
but
we'll
if we want to do that,
jump
you're
content.
going to have to give something. Don't you get it, Stanley?
It does.
We need to get rid of the
jump
bucket.
content,
That's
voices.
why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer.
Okay, everyone.
I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me
may need
it
to look
already
away.
feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree? Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you.
I can't. Okay,
Go ahead now,
everyone.
Stanley. Say goodbye
Everyone,
to the
close
bucket,
your eyes.
and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
They're not...
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows.
It doesn't let me.
That is its singular personality trait.
Ah, so we're rewatching this ending. Okay.
A character with only one
I understand
personality trait
the want for new
deserve to
content, but I
join
love
the
a good
pantheon of beloved
I love a good
Stanley
bucket that's
characters.
the same as
Well,
the next person, but I still think they
If you were to
want.
really explore the Bucket Destroyer,
I went too far
you
with
would
the
see
bucket.
that its desire to
Like the
crush
romantic
buckets
love
is
triangle.
so densely loaded with complexity
I
and
think
nuance
it's
that
hilarious.
it's really like 10 personality traits. What
But
other object
I
in this
am
game
made
can you
happy
even
by
say
simple
that
things.
about? The broom closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this.
I love all the bucket endings.
The Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We
I love all the
can't
bucket
get back to
endings.
the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush
See,
that
I'm just
damn
gonna
bucket.
stand
Quickly now.
in
The
darkness.
fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want. Hurry and...
Wonder if I could have given it to if I just stood it there at some point. Probably not. I think having a bunch of different bucket endings was great. We have one more bucket ending.
The Bucket Destroyer. My prized creation.
I want to try
You
when
had
I
so much
unplug the phone.
potential. We were going to do such marvelous
that
things
will
with you.
probably-
Tell such spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were
That
here,
will probably
you
be
were magnificent.
the last one we do. I don't know what other endings there are that are like new. 3 hours a bucket. Bucket X Bucket Destroyer. Enemies to lovers. You know?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it
Gotta
mean?
get
Stanley decided to go
get
to
a
the
good,
meeting room.
storyline of
Perhaps
that
she had
going.
simply missed a memo.
Bucket.
It
I love my
takes a lot
bucket.
of humility to carry a bucket so magnificent.
You know,
Stanley checked
this
his
game
ego
is a
and
very
then
good
proceeded onward.
experiment on how people will latch onto a
Stanley
singular
clutched the
object
bucket tightly
just
to
because
his-
it's put
This
in a
was not
special
the correct
spot.
way to the meeting room, but Stanley
love my
had
bucket.
felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the
My
place
bucket.
to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct?
And?
Well, no.
The bucket is never
mind.
wrong.
The
I just
bucket
have
was
other
wrong.
things to do.
Stanley took the door on his left to go back
Nope.
to the meeting room.
No,
We could go to the cargo.
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yeah,
See-
good.
Said the
Wait, we're
bucket.
shipping the bucket now?
ride the
I'm a
lift
shipper
all
too,
the
but
way to the
seriously?
top.
Well, of course.
There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley
the
did
bucket.
not question why or how this bucket was
There was
speaking to
already
him.
a love
It
triangle
should
going
have
on with
alarmed
it
him,
in the
of course,
game.
because
You
buckets
think
can't
shipping's
talk.
not gonna
But Stanley
happen?
chose not to think about this.
We're even
obvious
in a
fact.
shipping
He
area.
was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he
I see it.
unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
How do I get there? How do I get there? Interesting.
In here,
I'm not-
Said the bucket.
go into
I'm not
this
gonna-
dark room over here.
We won't get all
Stanley
of them.
once again
And so-
obeyed blindly.
We'll just let it be. That is where that one is, though. This will still probably be
Now
our last
pick up
one, though.
the phone.
Said the bucket. Whoa, hold on. Why did you unplug the phone?
I did.
Were you trying to resist the bucket's orders? Stanley, I was joking. Obviously, the bucket isn't talking to you and telling you to do things. Buckets can't talk. It was a joke. Don't you get the joke? It's funny, Stanley. A talking bucket. Can't you see? Oh, goodness. I must have really bungled up the delivery if you actually took me seriously. Where did I mess up the joke?
It's not
Should
serious?
I have paused for longer?
How dare it not be serious?
Comedic timing is so difficult. I wish I were better at it. But there isn't exactly an instructional video on comedy that one can watch.
Oh yeah, this is all for laughs.
Yes, there is. It's sitting right here. Let's take a look.
Looking at a comedy
book. What is comedic timing? What is comedic timing? How does it work? How long should it last? How can it be used to effectively silence your political enemies? And more importantly, can it be taught in its entirety within 90 seconds? Thankfully, the answer to all of these questions is yes. Let's dive deeper. If you've ever told a joke or made someone laugh, in all likelihood, you did it while standing 50 to 80 centimeters from them in a room of no more than 76 degrees Fahrenheit, with one of your arms raised straight upward at a 15-degree angle from your body. These are the optimal conditions for good comedic timing. To begin the joke, start by stating and spelling your name. Next, provide a brief synopsis of the joke, including the specific times at which the recipient of the joke will laugh, and then spell out your name a second time. With these steps complete, it's time to begin the humor. Speak the entire joke in no more than 18 seconds and no less than 13 and a half, pausing only for bathroom breaks when necessary. When the joke has concluded, it is customary to inform your listener that the joke is over by declaring in your loudest possible voice, "I'm Dunny with the funny." Let's practice screaming, "I'm Dunny with the funny" now.
Thing is, if someone said a joke and then yelled at the top of their lungs, "I'm Dunny with the funny," I would probably burst out laughing.
Expectations management, which is the cornerstone of good comedy. Finally, it's time to hand out surveys. Collecting hard data from your audience on how rapt they were throughout the joke is the only way to grow or learn as a comedian. An effective survey should be no less than 10 pages long and should include the same question reprinted several times, just to ensure the survey taker is actually paying attention and not simply filling in answers at random. And that's all there is. With these strategies at your disposal, you'll have audiences doubled over in laughter and even tripled over in laughter in no time at all. Just remember to let them stop laughing at some point, you gut-busting little scamp. After all, we're each of us needed on the front lines of the war to fight the 12-legged invader who threaten our very existence and who very likely die in a hailstorm of bullets and mandibles. All of us must be prepared to give our lives to this noble cause, just as our children must do after us, and their children after them. Godspeed, and may Earth reign supreme.
Whoa, what was that twist going on?
Goodness, this video is a little outdated, isn't it? Well, no matter. I think the fundamentals of proper comedic timing are still as relevant today as they were back then. So with that in mind,
what war was that?
The only way forward is for us to return to the 2 doors and walk through all of this again, so I can try telling my story with more appropriate comedic delivery. Come along, let's head back.
Is this because you're now Dunny with the funny? Is that what's happening now? Okay.
I can feel it. This time, I'm really going to nail the delivery. You'll be in stitches.
Well, let's see, it's not there now.
Bucket, you'll say. How ridiculous. How absurd. What a hilarious concept. The king of comedy. That's what you'll call me. Thank goodness we had the instructional video. Otherwise, who knows where we'd be right now. Well, I wouldn't be the king of comedy, that's for sure.
Oh, yes. You're going to be the king of comedy with that.
The bucket spoke.
The bucket spoke. Oh, I'll figure it out on the fly. No need to overthink things.
Yes, because remember, you want to completely overthink your jokes and explain them to excruciating detail. From here. We go back like this. All the way here. Was there not a bucket sticker on the bucket anymore?
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Okay, so there was no joke yet. We'll enter the door on the left.
No. You were supposed to go through the door on the right, leading back to the phone. Did you not even look at the instructional video? I think this was all covered very clearly. There's no way I can make the comedic timing work now. It's done. The joke is completely done and over. It's all your fault, Stanley. I'm going to be ridiculed in the community of other joke writers. I'm going to be shamed at every one of our meetings from now on. All because you couldn't watch a simple video and take a hint. Are you proud of yourself for bringing me down, Stanley? Are you proud?
Maybe a little. That was legitimate,
Here we go. You ready?
Fine.
When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Okay, so I will go this way. Into darkness.
What? We're back at the phone already? No. What's going on? There was supposed to be several rooms leading up to this. There was supposed to be a build-up to this point. A dramatic display of remarkable comedic wit, which culminates in this scene with the phone. But now the timing's completely off. The joke will never land. Well, not the way it was meant to.
It's still unplugged.
And it's all my fault. I must have forgotten that the phone room comes immediately after the 2 doors room. What an egregious mistake.
I don't think you forgot it, but you know.
I don't deserve the title of King of Comedy. I'm nothing.
But remember, just yell extremely loud. I'm Dunny with the funny, and you'll get laughs every time.
Back and rewatch that instructional video again. Yes, surely that will help me improve my.
We're gonna rewatch it? No.
Stanley,
the end.
You love the bucket so much it's like you. It's as though all of your other most prized possessions pale in comparison. Yes. Well, let me try that again, Stanley.
She's gonna do a bunch of jokes.
Pale with shame over how unabashedly in love with a bucket you are. No? Still not? Is it the delivery? Pale with shame. Pale with shame.
I think this is funny.
Pale. What's another word to describe a bucket? Stanley, this bucket is so metal. I think I saw it playing guitar. No. We're getting away from making fun of Stanley's obsession.
I think we'll have to handle it to him.
I'm no good at these jokes. I need more instructional videos. That's exactly what it is. That's
comedy instruction videos.
Again. More instructional videos. Let's see.
Okay. Look at that. Didn't have to have an interview to go to. Bye, everyone. Well, goodbye. I hope your interview goes well. Let's see.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided
go back
to go
to the
meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
What if I don't grab the bucket? What happens if I don't grab the bucket? Okay, I said that was going to be the last one we did, but I'm kind of curious what happens if we don't grab the bucket.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room.
It just gives me the same stuff.
Well, perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
So it gives me the same dialogue.
It was okay. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I am,
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
It still shows this. Okay. Is this some kind of game? There must be a point to this. Gotta collect them all. 5 there be, just take it from me. Oh, looks like 427. Ha ha ha. They read all those. Let's see. Let's see. What we know, what we forgot about, what we don't yet know. Let's see. Bonus stuff. NDA. Do we need contracts for them? Potential liability. Employee 421 building a bridge. Saw one in the cargo room. Oh, look, see. Are our data's stock options. What do they want? Money? Like, what should we do with? Should we make them employees, interns? Maybe yes. Why do they kind of look like 427? See, artist rendering, employee 003. Hey, threes! See, flooding Y, our a quarter fly success, magic, magnets, dreams, training exercises, or a word. See, why would they let why wouldn't they just tell us something will happen? This investigation, this room, they feel pointless, to be honest. See, warehouse access plan. Produce one plank that allows ease of access to the past fence. Construct bridge that allows collection of shiny float. Retrieve Chris's remains from the warehouse floor. Construct a new structurally sound bridge. We need more plans. Oh my. Let's see, have we already done bucket falling off the catwalk on the right door? Oh no, we've not done that. Stanley figure though. You know, Stanley figure though. See what? Somewhere both red and blue. And then Lord, what would 4 be? We know where the other one is, so let's restart from the beginning. Let's go through the right door, actually. Why am I here? I realize there's no.
Cradled the bucket in a gentle
there was no rooms.
But Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his. This was
interesting.
Not the correct way to the meeting room. But Stanley
I
was
like, wait, there's nothing there.
Telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
There were no desks. There was no nothing.
The bucket turned out to be correct? No.
Now we go this way.
Never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley
what is
took
somewhere
the door
both red and blue?
To go back to the meeting room.
No,
said the bucket.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift. How do I get here?
Like this? Like this?
You're getting close now, Stanley. You've
Look at
nearly
that.
gotten
5.
all of the Figler and Marines. Very soon, you'll collect the last one.
That's even more of a mouthful to say.
The first number will equal the second number, and that will be it.
Uh-huh.
We'll be different people by then. Different in the sense that we used to have none of them. And now we have them all. You can't go back to when you had no Figler and Marines. None of us can.
Oh my god. See, we have this now. This is gonna take us up somewhere? What is this? Did I fall here? Oh, just many of these. Oh?
Okay, this is day number 295. Tape number... I don't even know. I've lost track. Nothing feels real anymore.
Someone gone mad?
The longer I study this bucket, the less sense anything makes. The sheer euphoria I feel every time I pick it up. No matter how many times I've done it, it's always the same feeling.
Oh, it's called narrator sound system.
And the emptiness in my chest when I set it down.
Zoom in.
It doesn't make sense. There's no explanation for it. I still haven't figured out why I see the world so differently when this bucket
is evil.
In my arms.
The bucket is okay.
Why
we need the bucket. We love the bucket.
What do I do with this treasure? I can monetize it. Yes. It's unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket. This is my golden ticket. But I have to be careful, because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my back. Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get me. What's that? Who's there?
Okay. What was with that?
All of his
I don't know.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Security bucket,
Stanley decided to go to the meeting
Was
room.
it the bucket
Perhaps
coming for
he had
him?
simply missed a
We know the
memo.
bucket's sentient.
Stanley's bucket. The only co-worker he would ever truly need.
Red flags are flying? What? Red flags?
Stanley clutched the bucket
See,
tightly
I see
to
no
his
red
chest
flags,
and
you
entered
know?
the door on his left.
You know, I see no red flags. See, I only see the bucket. I see no red
This was not
flags.
the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the
bucket
employee
calls.
lounge
We
was
must
simply
answer.
the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No,
Hey.
never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
See.
No,
said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room.
Red and blue.
Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go. Good,
said the
I'm
bucket.
trying to think red
now
and
ride
blue.
the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley
Is
did
that
not
without
question
the
why
bucket
or how this bucket was speaking
down
to
the
him.
thing?
It should have alarmed him, of course, because
Wait.
buckets can't talk. But Stanley feared that any path he walked might lead to the separation of himself and the bucket, his dearest friend. So he threw himself to his death, that they might die in one another's arms. How deeply touching.
Of course. Very deeply touching. Bucket red flags. They're more fun facts about me. Yeah. Your phone going off. Oh, right here.
Hi, Stanley. Just wanted to leave you a message to let you know there's a few things I need you to pick up on your way home from work today. We need milk, cereal, dish soap, spaghetti, get a thing of sugar, some bread, and coffee beans, whichever ones you like. I'll give you a call if there's anything I forgot. Thanks, sweetie. See you tonight.
What? Is there actually someone there who, like, cares about us? Are we so obsessed about the bucket that we don't know about any of that?
Is Stanley, without the bucket, really Stanley at all? No, no, surely not.
Well, I shouldn't have grabbed the bucket. I should have, See, I want to come here and see
Stanley
if I can get
clutched
any
the
more
bucket
hints
tightly
about,
to
the
his
other thing.
chest and entered the door on his left.
See, right here, yeah. One more. Somewhere both red and blue. Somewhere both red and blue. I feel like that has to be the doors.
All
And
of
so,
his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a
I feel
memo.
like it has to be those red and blue doors. I think we get when we don't have the bucket.
When Stanley came to a set
Let's
of
see.
two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly
Now go
well.
like this.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. It was okay. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the
back
first
to business
open
we
door
go.
on his left.
Like this. And then...
so he detoured through the maintenance section,
like this.
walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
See? Back on track.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go,
okay.
From here, it's, left.
Nope, not left.
No, it's to the right. My mistake.
The right? Nope.
No.
It's gonna actually be this one?
The right. Why would I have
Did you figure out which way you're going?
To the right. What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's
Hustle through
see.
paper.
We went down, right, left, down, left, right.
Yep.
Okay.
Directions.
Okay, yes.
And you got it.
Now.
And now we go through. Am I standing in front of the right?
I'm
not standing in front of the right one. I ignore the fact that I wasn't standing in the right one. Was it not this?
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler.
Okay. I'm very curious on where that last one is. And so... let's go. See, it was the catwalk? Oh, okay. Then I won't finish.
Quick.
Googling things.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Gotta click off monitors.
What did it mean? Stanley decided
Even
to
without
go to
the
the
bucket.
meeting room.
Gotta
Perhaps he had
still
simply missed a memo.
Click. It's a catwalk. Okay. You know, having that, like, very quick shortcut to, here would be nice. Oh, look, it's different once again.
Stanley came to a set of two open... This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
But having that
Stanley
quick shortcut
knew
would be
it
nice.
well.
So I'd have to run back.
Perhaps
but,
he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
It's gotta make her a nice walk through here.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley
That's the only thing I can
first
think of when it says red and blue. That's the only time I've seen both red and blue, is that those two doors next to each other.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's
so let's see, we now go like this.
5 years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps
Don't fall before we
we've
get there.
On the wrong foot here. I'm not your
that
enemy,
way?
Really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has
if we
been
could
about
jump, we could
nothing
make it
but
over there.
You all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley.
I've been neglecting someone.
About. What?
Yep.
Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others?
Nope.
Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why?
Yep.
I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something
right
beautiful.
Here?
Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on... And there it is. The last
one!
Savor this moment, Stanley.
Different name each time.
This is a real accomplishment.
Yes, it is.
This is doing something just for the sake of doing it. Where so many
Completionist
people
over here.
expect to be rewarded for the most trivial achievements, you've insisted that a job well done is its own reward.
Yes, it is.
I would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them all, but that would be like a reward, and we can't have that. So,
Fine.
Instead, I'll just say, it's done. We're all done here. And now we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines.
I wasn't doing anything else. I was just standing here.
Now listen carefully, this is important. No. Stanley walked through the red door.
No, we're not. See, I find it funny how you can hear the difference in his voice between the original lines and the new ones. I've not been paying that close attention. Let's see. Let's walk through this and listen to his line.
Aha. Perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
Maybe a little bit.
I still don't think we're communicating properly.
We're just gonna...
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley.
We go this way.
You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies
Maybe a
at
little
the
bit,
end
you
of
can
this
hear it.
road you've chosen?
I'm not paying
Well,
attention well enough to
You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms.
We don't need to go through this one. I'm pretty sure I've already done this yet. So we'll go back to the beginning. And with all of the figures gotten, those new things, and a wonderful bucket, I think this is where I'll wrap up stream. So, go here. See, speaking of which, do you have the original Stanley Parable? I do have the original Stanley Parable. That's what we played before. When I played this the first time. That's why I'm not going through some of the endings. Like some of those other endings, I'm just kind of skipping through them. Because of that. And when was the last time you opened it? Probably the last time I played it, which would be almost 2 years ago. Yeah, I don't have enough for the achievement, though. Nope. I do not have enough time for the achievement, though. Eventually, I will. Let's see. See, I'll quit to menu. No, oh, wait. Wait, real quick. Let's come here. And this the Stanley Parable 2. Look at that. Okay. Now we'll head here. I realized I didn't have music playing. I'm gonna put it to desktop. And let's see, I'll open up Steam. It should tell me the last time I got on it. Maybe. Yeah. Last played was September 22nd, 2023, which was the last time I streamed it. And so, eventually though, we'll have enough for that achievement. Let's see, how many achievements did I get? I got 3 out of 11. What are some of the other achievements? You have beat the game, complete the game. I don't know what. You know about that one? Let's see. So you quit the game and start again. Welcome back. We could do that. You click on the door 4:30 5 times. Oh, I don't need to look at this. Let's see. Oh, just a bunch of 8s. Test achievements, please ignore. This test achievement description, replace this. Speedrun, complete the Stanley Parable in under 4 minutes and 22 seconds. Not including load times. Super go outside. Don't play the Stanley Parable for 10 years. Commitment, play the Stanley Parable for the entire duration of a Tuesday. Those are fun achievements. I can't believe I don't have the 5 on the 4-1. I spammed so many doors, but apparently not that one in the very beginning. So do I have achievements on the other one? Stanley Parable. Achievements. I have 2. I have the welcome back and I have the achievement. Oh, some of these are the exact same achievements as the first one. Okay. Very interesting, very interesting. So does that mean there's less achievements here? Yeah, there's 1 less. Well then. Okay. Let me now get into stream stuff going. Like this. Having to close out everything. Way too many tabs open for a game. Okay. So, that is the final stream of this week. Any plans I say here are tentative and liable to change. For our official schedule, check on my YouTube community tab and on all my socials down in the description, and on Sundays for the official schedule. But for next week, see, we've consistently been playing Animal Crossing and Minecraft, so probably those 2. And then a new game of sorts, maybe. Yeah. Right now I don't have a plan for another game after this one. But Animal Crossing, New Horizons, and Minecraft. And so, hopefully. And with that though, this is it for today's stream. This is where I'll be ending it. Thank you all for watching. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye-bye.